Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on your YouTube, join our cult.
I think you should redo that to the theme of Brookside. If you like a lot of wrestling on your YouTube.
You have to wait a few seconds. Join our...
Didn't think that one through. It didn't work. Let's move on.
Wow, that was awesome. I hope they leave that in the cut, Ross.
Yeah, like they did last week. With the... Nice one, Richard Tubman.
Only the best editing here.
Gets a follow off Stone Cold. Don't care anymore. Passion's gone for the job.
He's turned heel. He's gone Hollywood Richard Tubman.
He video edits with his shades on.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Probably, that wouldn't surprise me at any
he
point.
actually does.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we get ourselves and start talking about anything but wrestling, this is the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. This is Ross on Wrestling.
Hello, Maffew. Greg.
This is Jack on Jobber.
Hello.
I like saying it wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Jack above a jobber. No, it doesn't work either. It's
Jack
weird.
above a Jobber.
I don't know. Jack on the...
Oh, right. Yeah, I get
job.
you. Yeah.
What's your worst 5 jobs ever? Tee-hee. That's the new thing at the minute.
It's just 5 jobs. It's not even necessarily worst. It's just 5 jobs. I did it. Guilty.
No.
Yeah, I did.
Is it Randy Savage's? Is that Hogan? And yeah, also not joining us this week is The Undertaker. We were this close to having him.
He bloody signed a contract and everything, didn't he?
Yeah.
Then we were
He texted lol, and that's where the hell he was, which segues into the stories of the week, which is, we've got to stop, it's not the first one, but I'll pretend it is. Undertaker and Angle, stripped from StarCast.
It's not just Big Kenny who's suffering, Big Conrad.
War Ken.
War Conrad.
Apparently they were saying that have paid back the deposit or whatever.
Oh, that's
but
nice.
They've said, we'll give someone on the same level. And he was like, all right, well, who else is going to be the same level?
Babatunde.
So Conrad, in his interview with Sports Illustrated, he said that he then went back to them and went, I want either Vince, Steph, or Triple H. Which is just
Why the hell not?
Yeah.
I mean, this looks bad for Undertaker, I think, because he already had to deal with Kenny beforehand. They did StarCast. Then we have turned around and gone, all right, do you want some more? So it looks like a power play. Oh, I'm not on WrestleMania, am I not? Oh, all right. Bring, bring. Hello, Conrad. Hello, Kenny. And then everyone's
Hello, Kenny. It's Mark.
hello. Hello, it's Mark off the wrestling. And then he's like, and then it's like, hey, how about a new sexy contract? And then I'm pretty sure when people have signed contracts beforehand with WWE, they can still do the previous thing they've already signed to, right?
Yes.
But not Undertaker.
Finish your obligated dates. That's the time-honored tradition, is it not?
Well,
Right.
apparently Undertaker pushed really hard to still go over to the UK and like do the autograph signing bit.
I really want to go.
No,
I'm
apparently.
sorry.
Oh, no, don't make me sign. Don't make me sign. Oh, no,
Yeah.
stop me signing. I can't. Oh, no. Oh, it's signed.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. But like, yeah. Dead man rolling in money.
In money. What?
Because you're like,
Going to my bank now. Oh, no, carry on, sorry. I thought that was accent as well.
because the thing, like, I'm warning you, Undertaker. If ye gan hour there, the war Ken, be held up here. You're like, what are you gonna do? Like, I'll release you from your contract. Oh, great, I can do Conrad's thing. Oh, yeah, you're right. Aye. So, I'm gonna punish the Undertaker. But,
Yeah. It's
well,
a crappy situation, isn't it?
it is. But luckily, there's 2 things Conrad's got going for him. One's Kenta Kobashi,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Yeah, he
And
didn't do too well in NXT, but I'm joking. I know which one which is. I
No,
know
that
which
was
one.
good.
I know which one.
Jack
was
had
which.
that little faith
No.
in us reacting to it, and the online people,
No,
no, I know.
He thinks Kabashi's Kenta way.
How could you get time from New Japan to come over for this?
Right, carry on.
And they're going to show the Bret Hart versus Tom McGee
Yeah.
match, the premiere.
Were you erect when you saw that?
I wasn't not erect. Yeah, that works. So yeah,
and it's gonna be them discussing it as well.
I wonder what he looks like today. I reckon they could just draft in any random man and just say, "You're Tom McGee now," because no one will know, will they?
look at like Dan Barry and put hey. It's like,
What did he look like? He was big with curly
He
hair.
was like the Texas tornado,
but curly.
the one TV taping match what the hell was that? That wasn't even in English. Sorry, the one match that was televised I could find, and that wasn't WF. He looks like you got like a bodybuilder body and put Eric Idle from Monty Python's head on the top. It's just ridiculous. So they could get Eric Idle. I think he needs some money.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, they're going to talk about it. But how weird's that going to be? Because the entire myth of the match is Bret Hart was able to make this plamp look really good.
Good enough that
So
Vince-
isn't Tommy Bret's like, yeah, you were so bad, right? You were so awful. Tommy G's like, what?
Look at what I did here to make you look good, Tom.
Look, look, you're greener than March 7th. Oh, no.
Wake up, Maffew.
I knew I'd get the day wrong. I knew it.
At the time of recording, right, Matthew's been to see the Avengers and he's knackered. Yeah, so
Like, in honor of Thanos, I'm going to be half here. But
I don't understand. Was that a
Neither
spoiler?
did I. I
'Cause
just
don't
laughed
be
along, just
Don't be
flipping.
putting spoilers in. People will kick off.
this is probably from 2 years ago.
That's
so
cool. That's all right.
You know who Thanos is, right?
Yeah, he's the
Triple
Triple
H,
H guy. Yeah, he's the Triple H.
Triple H
He's the
guy.
Triple H of the MCU.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, also speaking of the Vegas weekend, Dustin Rhodes versus Cody Rhodes is happening
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
after he denied it wasn't.
Yeah, I know.
He got furious as well. He's like, "You marks, you think I'm leaving WWE? Oh yeah.
Come and see me match now, please.
Hello, Mark.
Good promo package though.
I love that bit where he's like, he's a bloody self-censored son of a bitch. I was like, whoa, it's on now.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Silver spoon in his mouth and all
Aye.
that. The youngest. I was like, "Go on, Dustin, have him."
I like his face paint as well.
Looks like Kane.
Does look like Kane. It's half and half.
Do you think there'll be a stipulation? Because I don't want to see a singles match. I want to see a Texas Bull Rope or something.
What the hell was that one called in the back of the van? WCW?
Not that.
King of the Road.
King of the Road
Oh,
match.
man.
Get them in there with some hail bales.
He'll get released again when he plays. Ah, good
I
old
think
times.
I think it'll be Texas Bull Rope, won't it? It's got to be. It's got to be some sort of old Southern like stipulation.
I think that's it.
Just
Doesn't
singles.
need a stipulation.
Oh, I would like it to have a stipulation.
Rhodes versus Rhodes.
Old-fashioned Western gunslinging thing.
Yeah.
10 paces, turn around.
There you go.
There you go.
A Rhodes
Oh.
in every corner.
Oh, there's got to
It's a two-sided ring.
there's got to be a spot where they both drop down for the Goldust uppercut, and they're both there, and they're like, "Whoa!" Oh, there needs to be that. If you're watching this, either of you, come on, what am I
Well, they
talking
do,
about?
they do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Big fans.
I'm sure they already know that. they're
Dustin's a
gonna do
big fan of these marks.
The ones with money. What else? Apparently, Shawn Michaels was going to be at StarCast. But
You were speaking about this before, so I like you.
So
Yeah, why
yeah,
in the
this was in
contract?
the Observer today at the time of recording today. That it was never really reported on, but at the same time as Conrad was like plotting to have Taker and Angle and stuff, Michaels almost was going to do it as well, but then he got, I think the way that Meltzer worded it was like, but then he realized that his relationship with WWE could become strained if he did. But I think maybe there was a bit of pressure from WWE not to do it because he's like, "You're the NXT guy, stop it
Yeah.
right now."
yeah, they might not name drop you
Yeah.
every single Raw if you do. Yeah, okay.
You can't be best friends with Triple H. Like, you can't be my best mate anymore if you do.
That's what I thought
unfriend me on Facebook?
That's what I thought was being about the Angle one, because Angle's like seemingly not going to be on TV at all, like forever. So that was a bit weird. So I don't know. Maybe he's coming back.
But Vince loves Angle.
Yeah.
Whenever you've seen the like little backstage,
He said
bits
it
and
literally,
stuff.
didn't he, in that little thing? What show was it? One of those backstage ones.
One of the 24 ones.
you.
yeah.
I love you, Kurt.
You sound like-
your bald head.
I was gonna make a gaming reference there. I was gonna be like, that sounds like, but I've forgotten the name. What's the you played Jack 2 of the Jack and Daxter series?
No.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter then. It doesn't matter. He
If
sounded
only
like,
we had a YouTube channel / video series as part of the Cultaholic regime.
Yeah, you want to check out Triple Jump.
They know Jack too.
Crew was the name of the character that Ross sounded like there. Crew
Awesome.
with a K. Carry on.
Sound like Black Rain to me, which is the voice
you
that.
can't be mentioning
Oh, because he gets annoyed.
because he gets annoyed. Yeah.
Sorry, Dustin.
Oh no,
He's
he's,
really
not going to
gonna
watch the
hate-
show
I know,
now.
yeah.
Oh, he watched it up until this point, and now he's clicking the cross in the corner.
I only mentioned it because he did that.
Cody, turn that off.
He did that voice at the end of the promo package, didn't he? He did his Black Rain voice.
Did he? Ah.
Wow, got good eye there. You'll never forget the name of Black Rain.
With his little rat.
Don't call it that.
Oh,
see,
he went there.
It's a joke. It's a
Oh,
joke.
when I watch this back, I'm going to see myself go like, he's not going to say it. Oh, he did.
You all thought it. I just said it.
What was it called, though? Just to...
Oh, I had a name right.
Yeah.
An actual rat, by the way. If you weren't watching
There's a
the
pet
hot
rat in a
period
little
of TNA.
cage, yeah.
Yeah.
Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage, it would say. What's going on, Maffew?
I was seeing how long that was going. CM Punk returns to wrestling. Maybe
I think it was.
it's his new
The
gimmick
arms,
is
the arms gave it away.
The arms.
He had like CM Punk's arms, didn't he?
I thought he meant he went for a punch and missed, so that you know.
Oh.
Da-da-da. But
He loses Reese's Pieces 1 week, and now we're pretending he's an awful wrestler.
I'm joking.
Oh, do you mean MMA punches?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I've got nothing against his wrestling punches, but his new gimmick's what? Schrodinger's cat?
Yeah.
Because
he may or may not have.
yeah, he may not have been doing this one weekend where a guy did a GTS, and also other shows. People are now going back. It's like those films where they travel back in time and are like, hey, that guy in the back there that you weren't paying attention, that was actually CM Punk. Yeah, he's Forrest Gump.
I heard one of the rumors about 2 years ago and just immediately dismissed it. Backstage at WCPW. Won't mention any names, but someone was like, yeah, I heard someone was at a show and this guy lifted up his mask and he was like, backstage and it was Punk. And he just walked off. And I was like, that's not true. That's ridiculous. So when I saw this happen, I was like, what?
There was one in 2015, weren't there? That's been unearthed where he was dressed like a druid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aye.
You ever see the Undertaker versus Undertaker thing from '94? Because
Yeah.
Undertaker disappeared because
Yeah.
he went back to heaven to see his parents and no show Glasgow. And yeah, they would do bits where it's like a guy in a pizzeria go, yeah, I saw the Undertaker, he was here, he ordered a pepperoni. And now those are the bits, that's going to be it.
Right.
Like, yeah, he was in Chikara. He was CP Monk, he was just here, you just
CM
missed him.
No, that was a genuine gimmick.
What's it?
In Chikara. CM Punk doesn't like Chikara, I can't remember why, so they made a gimmick for him. Which
No,
is
he wasn't
CP
able to do it, so they did that
Oh.
as a nice thing. And CM Punk did when he had a blog. That was like,
he had a blog. He's such an emo.
how old is this? And
It was his live journal.
oh no, I was. No, God, yeah, you're right.
It was. Oh,
Wow.
God.
To
Jericho
make
had
it even
one of them as
older.
well, didn't he?
Did he?
Yes, he did because he famously broke down on
That
it.
Raw match.
When
Oh,
all those,
he-
It
him
was
versus
really good,
RVD.
man. You
It
don't
was-
know what you're
It was
talking
4
about.
stars at least.
Yeah, it was at least 4.5 stars. He didn't stop watching wrestling and take up gardening. He was saltier than Chinese chips, honestly. And then it was like, no, you idiots, he's just doing it as an angle. And then he came back a few months later to go, oh, I apologise for what I said on that. Like, oh, you were being serious? Oh.
But yeah, Punk couldn't make a Chikara show, so there was a big chipmunk called CP Monk.
And Colt Cabunny was his
Colt
tag
Cabunny,
partner. And Punk on his live journal / blog post said, yeah, it was very nice, but no one in Chikara's ever going to amount to anything.
Oh,
Pew, pew.
He's not right. He's not right.
He's not right.
Loads of them have made it.
Well, yeah, but 3.
Yeah. No, Quack,
No, yeah, but he
Drew
stayed in
Gulak,
Yeah.
Hero
Hero.
he wasn't really a
Nah, I
Chikara
was gonna
guy.
say, well, he trained.
I was about to say Archibald Peck, but he's just been sacked.
I'll be back there. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Your tag team's in the Performance Centre.
A 3.0.
Aye.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yes. CM Punk feels really stupid.
Oh,
Sasha. Oh, go on.
sorry, just to say, like, there's the case for and against, isn't there? Because people were like, he's moving weird, he looks skinnier, and the go to sleep looked crap. But I think he was moving weird on purpose, or because he couldn't see out the
He was
mask
taking the
properly.
piss, man. Clearly,
Yeah,
wasn't
he was.
Like, sneaking about like a little robber.
Yeah, and then I think that the GTS just because he's not wrestled for ages, and also maybe couldn't see.
Apparently the ring was shaky because Silas Young was on Busted Open Radio with Bully Ray. And he was like, oh, there was talk of CM Punk being there, but it wasn't him. But it was.
Buy
and it was
tickets to the next one.
But
he
there
might
was
be there.
apparently it's one of the that place the ring was at. That place the ring was at. The building where the show was is getting knocked down. It was one of the first places Punk wrestled or something. So that was like a sentimental reason for him being there.
So how do you plug this with wrestling logic? CM Punk will be here. He's not going to be here. CM Punk will not be here. He will be here. Right.
But he was wearing the same hoodie as well. That was the other point.
Oh yeah, some
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
some-
You can only buy one hoodie.
No,
like.
listen. It was 2 blocks away, and it was like 4 hours earlier, and he turns up in the same clothes.
some
Saying CM
Mark
Punk
had a
smells.
Some Mark got a picture with him. Can you believe it?
A mark.
Dustin, I know you're
Calloway.
frothing at the mouth at home, but some Mark got a picture with a famous wrestler / UFC man / comic book writer / movie star
Yeah.
/
Movie star.
I don't know.
CM Punk the movie. That's one I can think of. It's one of his demands when he CM Punk the movie.
Sasha Banks and WWE had a stalemate. WWE reportedly willing to let her sit out her contract, or the rest of it. Anyone know how long is left on the contract?
No, it's not been reported anywhere.
It's not been reported.
how long's left.
Oh, right, I was going to say. Because it says in big letters here, reportedly.
Yeah,
So
that's just to pass the buck, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
At this point, honestly, using our journalistic instincts, right, I reckon we'd be in with a decent shout
journalist?
if we just tweeted her and asked. There's every chance she'd just message back because she's so annoyed. She might just be like, I got 6 months left. There you go.
Yeah, Sasha, I've heard you've got like 2 weeks left in your contract. Haha.
If you don't reply to this tweet, we'll assume it's 2 weeks. Just 3 questions. 1, Sasha, what's your favourite episode of Brookside? 2, what's your favourite episode of Crystal Maze? 3, how long's left in your contract?
She's another one that calls people's marks, though, isn't she? She on Twitter a few weeks ago calling people's marks.
Sasha's like the one, though, who's got the famous pictures when she's... sometimes in the airport,
right.
some of them put on a brave face. I understand why you'd be annoyed if you got stopped in an airport or a restaurant or whatever. But she's the one who just doesn't try and smile. Or she's like... Didn't Biggie have it on his gear or something at one point? Or didn't he have leggings with her miserable face on?
I don't
something
know.
like
That's
that.
true.
I think there's something like that happened, yeah. Not on TV, but... Yeah.
Oh, all right, I was going to say. Because it would make any sense. Well, this was to say there. Make sure you don't bother the boss.
But the link to that, also, Luke Harper has apparently been told to piss off for his release request.
Piss in, because he's...
Or piss in, yeah.
Yeah.
Stay pissing in the WWE toilet.
Right.
Don't use anybody else's toilet. Stay in ours.
Yes.
And apparently this is the way it works with WWE. When you're out injured, that period of time you are injured for gets added to your contract. So they get their money's worth.
Wow.
So if Luke's been out injured for, what was it, like the SmackDown after SummerSlam until
Just
a
recently.
few weeks ago.
yeah.
Yeah, he's had that added to his contract, which was supposedly ending in November, according to Big Dave, but now won't be ending until like
It's like 8 or 9 months
next
down the
summer,
line. Yeah. Wow.
But then if he gets injured, like 4 months now, it's...
Triple H just attacks him with a pair of scissors. There you go, another year added to your contract. Enjoy prison, you dick.
I'm still weirded out by this, like, yeah, I'd like to leave. No, you can't. I'm like, what? Because it's not as if, okay, maybe like, oh, you're in a hot angle or something. It's like, hi, I'm Luke Harper. I'm literally doing Nout.
Yeah.
I beat Dijakovic.
But he might get booked somewhere where he will do something good. And they're like, no, you can't have him.
That's just how it works, though, because like if you get a plumber around, you know, the independent contractors, and say like, oh, I've finished my job now, can't go.
So what you said is when he...
No, I booked you for the month. I'm like, oh, I need to go home and feed my kids.
Nah, he can't go.
So we need...
Should have read the contract, mate.
Yep.
Is it Dominic to sort this out?
Dijakovic.
No, Littlewood.
Oh, don't get Dom.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He's sorted
man.
out, yeah.
Yeah. He need. Oh my God. Get Dom in there. Those contracts will be ripped up and new ones written immediately.
Dom will sort it out.
Don't get done. Get Dom.
No messing. Do you remember this program?
Dominic
What are you on
Littlewood.
about?
Dominic
Dominic
Littlewood
Littlewood?
is a man. He was about that tall, but he's about also as wide as this. Well, wider than this
Taz.
table.
He's like a mini Ross Kemp
Right.
looking.
but harder.
But yeah.
No, that's just silly.
It's harder.
It'd be
Go out
ridiculous.
there.
I was almost believing you until that point.
Ross Kemp always runs away from gangs.
Yeah.
What are you on about?
Dominic Littlewood would
They ran away from him.
Dominic Littlewood.
He would pick up a brick from the floor and just attack them all with it.
Exactly.
This mug has built a conservatory but not put the roof on properly.
I'm sick of these cowboy builders. That's basically the show, and then he goes and sorts it out. It's fantastic.
Him and Melinda Messenger. That's who you need if you've got a problem with anything in the world ever.
Oh,
You've got some
God.
sort of illness, get Dom and Melinda Messenger.
I just love I've just remembered Ross Kemp on Gangs and what a fantastic... I love the patronising way he approaches him. He's like, I mean no harm. I'm here with my hands up. It's so good.
It just
I was in
ended-
EastEnders.
It ended the same way every time, didn't it? Because you would go like, I felt it was getting a bit risky, so it's time to get out of there. And it's just him pelting away every single time.
Just puff of dust where it used to be.
Dom wouldn't do that. So there's one obscure TV reference ticked
There you
off.
go. If you had the bingo
2
card at home.
Ross Kemp on Gangs, but that's not really obscure. That's blockbuster material, that.
Well, Ultimate Force would be obscure.
Yeah.
I've not heard of that.
I've not heard of that.
Well, we'll save that for later. Any other news?
Can't think of any.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently the Viking Raiders have had their names changed again, maybe. Because WWE's Fan Council, which is where somebody puts out a questionnaire and goes, do you like the wrestling? And people tick yes or
How
no.
much do you hate Baron Corbin?
Yeah.
A lot.
There was a questionnaire that was like, which one of the superstar shake-up shakeys are you most looking forward to seeing in action or something? And one of the listed things was the Viking Warriors.
Yeah. It's all just...
But they're still listed as the Raiders on the website.
Yeah. And they've only just changed.
And they've only just changed, yeah.
The War Warriors next. Oh, I don't know what's going on.
The massive, horny, sweaty Viking woolly mammoths.
Yeah.
Whatever Zack Ryder said this week on Raw.
Yes.
Horny, woolly mammoths.
Horny.
He said horny, yeah?
Well, yeah. He is technically correct. Horned helmets.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, whoa, stroke the legs.
So I thought you meant, like, yeah.
Oh, Rikaka. And, speaking of the superstar shake-up, some people got shifted.
Oh, yeah.
This has happened since the last podcast. This is news, technically.
Oh, yeah.
So the bar have been split up. Cesaro is now on Raw. Aleister Black is now on SmackDown, so it can be with his real-life wife.
Yeah.
Andrade is back on SmackDown.
L.E.
For the same reason, nearly. And I think somebody else I'm missing.
Jinder Mahal is now on SmackDown.
Yeah, that was
I said
announced.
there's somebody else I'm missing.
Also,
the Singh brothers who apparently have to follow him.
Yeah.
We they left him on Raw, and he's like, "Where's me lads?"
They're crucial now to the SmackDown tag team division because I was looking at it before. There's them, there's the Colons, there's the Good Brothers. So there's 3 teams that don't really count.
They're on the door.
There's the New Day, there's Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev,
Yeah.
and there's Heavy Machinery, and that is your SmackDown Live tag team division.
the Hardys, they're injured.
The Hardys, yeah.
Oh no!
There's 7 teams.
One of the Hardys is Jeff's
injured, yeah.
But they're the champions. So,
So,
gonna go on.
well, Meltzer said today, or was it yesterday on the radio show? He's like, they're gonna have to give up the belts, and I was like, who could win them? So it's one of those 6 teams you just mentioned there.
We had a good run, didn't
Heavy
we?
Machinery. That's the only logical,
Yeah.
acceptable pick.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
The rest of them are broken. Oh.
I heard it. Yeah. Apart from that, there was a lot of news this week.
I think, I think
move
we've
on.
covered it, yeah.
From Ultimate Force,
Yeah.
which was Ross Kemp if he was in the Shield.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
And now it's time for the definitely. Oh Christ, Maffew. And then
Cut this bit out, Richard.
Yeah. Earn your
No,
money.
wait. I think you should leave it in now. It's funny.
Leave it in then,
I don't
Richard.
know. It's your...
We cut out all those 5 minutes you asked to be cut out. We went that tirade, Jack.
That's
Giving it that.
Don't Sam Driver me. We'll go on a live stream or something. You'll just pretend it's like, Jim, when you were really racist the other day. I'm like, what? No.
Of course we don't. We cut it out, remember?
He went on the New Japan, when we were doing that mega, WrestleMania weekend live stream after live stream or whatever, and he was just telling everyone that I voted leave, right? He was like, you came to the office one day and went, lads, we all need to leave, and I was like, no, I meant what culture? Which I thought was a
okay. There you go.
Comeback, yeah.
And then you drank a martini and raised your eyebrow and everything was all right in the world.
I have just told a story where the punchline was me being funny. Yes, that's correct.
Needless to say, I had the last laugh.
I think Sam just saw.
And everyone applauded in the chat. Everyone
And the window cleaner heard what I said and went, "Well done, lad." And trying again because it's definitely leaving in now.
Oh yeah, we're leaving
now.
that in.
It's time for the most wrestling-filled part of the wrestling podcast, the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
The most wrestling-filled part.
I'm very serious when I say that.
Oh, I can't. This was high stakes. I can't wait to see who's actually.
This is
won.
big.
This
I've
was
spent
tense.
the last week listening to the same 5 Avril Lavigne songs back to back to back. I'm back
Complicated.
on
All of them, then.
Complicated.
Yeah.
When You're Gone.
Skater Boy.
Happy Ending. Skater Boy. And the other one.
I'm
I
with
forget
you.
the
Hey,
name.
You,
I'm
you.
with you. Yeah.
You listen to Hey Hey You You.
No, I'm with you.
That's the good
I'm
one.
with
No, it's
you.
not, man. That's when she
catchy.
started going downhill. But she ignored me tweet though. It got a bit of traction because that Lewis, what's he called? Capaldi. He liked me
He's
tweet,
only
so a
the
lot of.
biggest young pop star
I
in the
know,
country
yeah.
and fan of the channel.
That's how old I am.
Yeah.
He liked me tweet, so lots of people who don't know Avril Lavigne but don't know me. They were liking it, so it got a bit of
Is he
traction.
your KSI?
Yes.
Is this it?
Mine's.
Go on, you've got loads, haven't you?
If Stephen Tries ever replies or likes one of my stuff.
Who's he?
Stephen Tries is funny lad from Manchester.
Oh, okay,
There you
cool.
go. He's bigger than us.
Well, of course he is. Funny lad from Manchester, that's it. And in descending order, Pink with 13%. I like whoever's done this has managed to include the exclamation mark.
Oh,
below.
yeah, but he asked me. He turned to me and went, "There's an exclamation mark instead of the I, isn't there?" I was like, "Yeah, that's very good."
I love your Pacini voice.
Ross's is more exaggerated, but funnier,
Condescending
I'd
voice.
say.
Oh, I can't do it on the spur. Though.
Ah,
I'm Adam Pacini. Yo! What culture? Pro wrestling general manager. You love it.
It's just Nigel Thornberry.
Oh, he is.
Kid like us with 34%. Oh, better than Pink. Get in like
He didn't
us.
win on his retirement week, but he did come second, which is admirable.
But you sat down.
Admirable.
You sat down. Can you believe who's
admirable.
won? Can you believe with a non-wrestling pick? Are you ready?
admirable.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's shut up.
Listen to me pun. It's admirable.
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 Oh,
Should do that.
Avril Lavigne in brackets before 2006. So no, hey, you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you said that, and I talked all right and ruined it. 53%. King Ross.
50.
Reign once more.
Who?
Just Ross.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can't use that term.
Emperor Ross.
Viscount Ross.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
That was maybe the most intense like Hall of Fame week there's ever been. I think
It was tense talking about it last week
Yeah, it
because he was
was.
like, no, not that one, that song, no, which was good. Before
can't wait
Chad
to let her know.
Kroger,
I can't wait to let her know.
the twin Avril Lavigne theory. Oh, shut up.
She's a Cultaholic Hall of Famer.
that was like a
Joining illustrious things like beef and Rusev's dog
Bears. I think got in
and
one.
bears.
And any random item of clothing you happen to be thinking of when this rolls on. Okay, you won this week. Please take it ahead.
I'm going wrestling related this week.
What?
Aye.
Are you all right?
Just I'm going to swoop in there before they ruin everything, which they probably will because it's WWE, isn't it? Bray Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse.
right.
I think it's got potential to be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a children's entertainer who will brainwash the kids and then kill them.
Isn't it great?
He listens to
kids.
his hands make the decisions for him. He's got, what is it? Hurt, harm, and heal, I think he's got on his
Yeah.
gloves.
Yeah.
Speaks to them, listens to them, kills the children. It's got little.
Yeah.
I think the buzzard is a little nod to his old, like his original NXT gimmick.
Yeah.
I think the witch is a nod to his sister Abigail magical gimmick.
Yep.
It all ties together. It's got the legs. Just needs to keep the balance. I said this in my video this week. Between Dave Benson Phillips and a psycho killer pimp man.
Yeah.
And as long as they do that, it's going to be unbelievable.
And it already was a fine line between Dave Benson Phillips and serial killer anyway, so it's nearly there. And yeah, how much you mentioned the balance between the left lane and the right lane remembers to indicate it'll be great. Bray Wyatt and Paul McCartney.
Oh, right. I had no idea we had one of those under his belt.
Yes, that's why
It was just the Usos.
Then they just joked about it openly.
Funny look.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
weird, wasn't it?
Oh, that was yeah. We were skipping ahead, like, hey, John.
What are we like?
Oh, drug driving, so acceptable in America.
It's bizarre.
Right?
It's bizarre how chilled they are. I'm not saying that.
I'm surprised
like,
one of them didn't go, hey, that was you.
I'm not saying that like it's legal or anything. It is frowned upon, but it's more frowned upon here, definitely, and rightly so. America.
Well, because you can actually get the places without your car here. If you have a car there, you're like, all right, well, hope you like the nearest gas station. So yeah, that's a good one. Jack?
I'm going for wrestling related as well.
What?
But I have to give like an honourable mention because
God.
two of these two lads who recommended these for the Hall of Fame. Right,
Oh, okay, go on.
Did it within like 10 minutes of each
Oh,
other.
I
on
know
Twitter.
what he's gone for here.
You can see what I've done.
He's won this week.
No, I haven't.
He has.
All right, let's see, Ross.
Well, the first thing is that do you know there's a new Street Fighter movie coming out in 2020? Street Fighter Genesis.
It's for the Mega Drive.
It's a
Sorry.
live action Street Fighter movie, and some
Okay.
Aaron recommend told me to watch that on Twitter, and I nearly put that in, but instead I put in which was recommended by Logan Styles WWE on Twitter via Piplup TCG on Reddit.
Are these all the people going to vote for him? Like,
No.
go on, now,
Is the first ever annual Primo Royal Rumble, which is him and his mate on 2K who did a Royal Rumble once, which Primo accidentally won. They were just saying who won, simmed it, and Primo won. So then they did a Primo Rumble where every entrant was a different variant of Primo. I've chosen
Primo
some-
colon.
I'm not going to lie, I thought that was something else he had written down
Okay,
there. I thought you
that's
had the
all right.
lyrics to Pachiti's song written down there.
No, I wasn't just going to sing the song. Some of the entrants include. I've left off some of the more offensive ones.
Oh, well, no. Where's the fun in that?
Primo Mania, Hulk Hogan, right? Primo Joe. Rawley.
Okay, I see this.
Yeah.
Right.
El Primo, which is just Primo in a lucha mask. Convict Primo. There's ones like that, like Convict Primo, Holiday, Vacation Primo, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Macho Primo Man. Cristiano Primaldo. Primo Colonoscopy.
Yes.
Primo Shango. Epico. Razor Primo. Yeah, Epico's just in there.
Okay.
But Epico's just Primo in an Epico mask and his t-shirt says, I am Epico. It's good.
Okay, you're winning me over now.
Primo Shango. Spider Primo. Primo is All Elite, which is just Primo in an All Elite t-shirt.
So he's a fan.
Primo Mysterio, Primo Joe, President Primo, Racist Primo, which is Tatanka.
What?
Because he's in like the headdress and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Dab Primo, which is TJP, and the winner, the Velveteen Primo, and then the Velveteen Primo wins, coming in at number 30, and he goes on to Primo Mania to face the champion, Primo.
Okay.
just
Let's think of some Primo puns for a bit.
that was long. That's
Amazon
worth it.
Primo.
Optimus Primo turns into a van.
Oh, they should have done that one.
Quick, unscrunch that up and write
No.
that one down. Wow, that's nice. So there's those people involved in that are definitely going to go to patreon.com Cultaholic and give you the money
The
for the
lad who
vote.
actually made the Reddit thread, I assume he doesn't watch the channel. I don't know. He's just a
Well,
random
he will
wrestling
now.
fan. Well, maybe.
Could do Theresa May, the Primo Minister.
Very good.
Let's keep going.
Um,
I like puns, man.
El Primo.
He was in there.
I tried to do El Fantasmo Primo, but it just
EL
didn't work in my head, so I just
Primo.
said crap.
EL Primo.
EL Primo.
Yeah, sort of.
Get his knob out on Twitter.
Basically, getting like the stalk of it out, yeah.
Speaking of knobs on Twitter,
good segue, Ross.
there was a knob on Instagram yesterday.
Oh, this. I thought you were going to nominate this. I'm
God
surprised you didn't.
almighty me.
Go on,
If you missed it
I might steal
yesterday,
this. Go on.
footballing legend Eric Cantona and fan of Seagulls uploaded. There was no comment, I don't think, on the video. Just to it wasn't on the story. It was on his full Instagram page
It's
for a
like
bit.
hours before Man United's biggest game of the season.
So you haven't seen it.
No, what is
So
it?
it's just to set the scene. It's just
my
him.
God.
It starts on his face. Just a little video, and the camera pans down. He's got like an iPad on his chest. He hits play, and it's a point of view angle of a man laid down naked, but with his manhood trapped between his legs to create the mangina.
I've seen Silence of the Lambs, yes.
Egg is placed in the belly button, opens the legs, cock swings back, breaks the egg.
Wow.
Impressive.
But this isn't. So Eric Cantona isn't even. He just presses play. And
He's
then
just
you
a cinema screen.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so.
Now
bizarre.
playing on Eric Cantona, some guy's wang.
It's not Eric Cantona because it's a young man who's like clearly a young man who's in great shape with a massive knob.
So it could be Eric Cantona.
He's an old man. He's got grey hairs on his belly. I reckon.
Nah,
I don't
it's
know.
still 1996. Leave it alone.
Ross shared it in the chat, and then poor Justin, our writer from America, just
Justin.
everyone just like has reacted to it and stuff, and then Justin's just like, "What the hell was that?" But then he told a fantastic joke. He went, "It gives new meaning to what came first: egg or cock."
Do you reckon you could break an egg with your cock, Maffew?
If we still did,
I'm thinking.
if we still did obscure titles for these podcasts, then that would be it. For
Is
this
this a
week.
future punishment video?
No,
It's like an ostrich egg. I can only leave the room until it's broken.
that's not the level of punishments.
It would be a punishment for me. To be
I've seen
fair,
some of his
it takes a
videos.
while.
I will, Jack. Come on.
Be Reed Ra.
God.
Oh God.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Anyway, not mental image. Mine isn't wrestling related because I didn't get the memo this week.
After all that, mine isn't wrestling related.
Speaking of Eric Cantona and eggs and cocks, mine is going to be the theme from The Crystal Maze.
Oh yeah, right.
Because after last week's Brookside discussion, I'm clearly a week behind everybody else. So I'll be done. Have you seen this video? This week's podcast. Yeah, Crystal Maze, for those who don't know, was an amazing game show where people wore amazing tracksuits.
Hosted by the father of Dominic Littlewood.
Because
Wait,
he's
what?
old.
Biological dad. All bald people
Richard
are related.
Oh, God. See, again, you got that stone face. So I'm like, is that real? Oh.
No.
Richard O'Brien, followed by Edward Tudor-Pole, which is an amazing surname.
Okay.
Tudor-Pole. Anyway, whatever. Suit yourself. Where people would walk around with tracksuits that resembled the 90s goalkeeper kits, having to get crystals from
Were
different
they like
situations.
work colleagues? Did they know each other, the teams?
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
you'd have to, really, because...
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was kind of awkward. If you didn't do the challenge in time, you'd have to
You get
leave
locked
them
in.
inside.
Yeah.
But they'd have to go, well, it's up to you. Do you want to spend a crystal to get, is that person worth 5 seconds
Is he worth it?
in the dome?
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, he's crap.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bit grim on Monday morning, like, oh, cheers, mate. Especially with the underwater ones.
They should. Oh, they did bring it back.
They did. I've
Richard
not seen
Ayoade
any.
is the dungeon master or whatever. He's the leader, the
Yes.
maze guardian. I don't
Yes.
know what it is.
But also an amazing synth theme.
Okay.
Sing it.
Dun 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 dun.
Yes.
Dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun dun.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Got a bit math rock
horrible.
here.
Yeah. So yeah, Crystal
Strong.
Maze.
Thoughts on Fort Bayard?
I've seen more Fort Boyard just because it was what was on more for me.
Right.
Same. Channel 5.
But I feel like Crystal Maze was better.
Shit was on just before Worldwide. It used to be on Channel 5 on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Used to tape it.
Oh, speaking of that, I've been listening to old Wrestling Observer podcast things, and I didn't realise this. The Worldwide that was shown in the UK had new commentary by, I believe, Zbyszko and Hudson. And apparently Hudson was just making up stuff because Regal was on when he was youch. And just started talking about, like, oh, he's known as the Biggin and Wigan. He trained in the the Viper room, I believe, or the Snake Pit, whatever it was called. And, that was in London. He was in Wigan and all this stuff. It was miles away. And yeah, he's the number one guy and all that. Just making it up as he went along, basically. And apparently Dynamite Kid watched that and went, lying, Kenny was never there. So he probably was like talking crap about Regal, going, you're lying, telling people you're this, you were never, I'll sort you out, run your feet out, and all this. And basically, it was just Hudson making stuff up. So he inadvertently created a feud between Regal and Dynamite Kid.
Do you not feel like in their respective primes that Regal could probably beat Dynamite Kid in a fight?
That'd be so. That's a Reese's Pieces. But
That's
like,
a
you
good
mean
fight.
on a real
in
one?
a real one, yeah. Because Regal's a big guy.
I mean, what era we're talking about? Because
Both
like,
of their peaks, right?
what was Regal's peak?
Well, I guess, I don't know,
He was so big,
but he wasn't in the best
99,
way, yeah.
But probably in better condition later on.
I just feel like Dynamite Kid would try it, and Regal would just like cuff him around the back of the head, lock him up.
Stop that.
Yeah.
But I think
Well, he lost a fight to Jacques Rougeau. Well, he got sucked.
I was going to say,
yeah.
Dynamite Kid beat up Jacques Rougeau, and then Revenge, he, with a fistful of pennies, punched him in the face, knocked his teeth out. So, yeah, Le boot. So yeah, that's the picks. Crystal Maze theme.
The first ever annual Primo Royal Rumble.
And Bray Wyatt's new gimmick, the Wyatt Fire File House.
That's the one.
My God, my brain just stopped working. They're the Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah. You're supposed to be carrying the match here, Ross. Come on. And if you'd like to nominate any of those spectacular picks for the Cultaholic Video Podcast Hall of Fame, which will come up in the big green screen thing, then please go to
Patreon.com/Cultaholic.
I do like I can just go like that and I know Jack's going to
The well-oiled machine.
make the
this.
blind tag and then take the
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Raw and SmackDown Recap.
And now, Raw and SmackDown recap. Some weird stuff this week. AJ Styles defeated United States champion Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio to advance to Raw's main event of the evening.
Good match.
Yes.
I liked it.
Didn't like Corey Graves just giving props to the, what is it? Forever ageless Rey Mysterio, who was like 3 years older than AJ Styles and 4 older than Samoa Joe. Give the old lad some credit, I say.
Oh, you know what he means. Like,
It's only 4 years.
no, but I mean, like, Ray's been doing that for way longer than anyone else in that
30
match.
years next week, or
Right,
something.
and he still looks like okay, maybe not at the same level as 98, but the fact he's still going at that level is very impressive.
It is ridiculous, isn't it?
I'm defending
Yeah.
Corey Graves. It's come to this.
I like the finish. The cool finish.
Style Clash on. They hopped on Pop. It was awesome.
They hopped on
on
Pop.
Pop.
It's a Dr. Zayas book.
Dr. Zayas.
He did the Style Clash on
Dr. Zayas, Dr. Zayas.
You mean Dr. Zeus?
I do mean Dr.
You
Seuss.
thought the Simpsons.
Bruno
love-
Samaritano.
I love you, Dr. Zayas. Oh,
I
that's
hate
so
every
good.
ape I
No,
see.
we need to
It's from
stop. No,
chimpanzee to chimpanzee.
we'll just be doing that episode for the rest of the podcast. We can't. Yes, you really made a monkey out of me. Right.
Well, I love
Have you
the
ever found it-
sequences in that triple threat match. I
Yeah.
thought it was fantastically put
Oh,
together.
back to Raw. All right. Yeah, no, very good match.
He also missed off a Whoa! He also missed off a...
It's all falling apart, lads.
I
Sorry.
nearly went... I got mad when I heard this because he reckoned, Corey Graves, that he spoke to Rey Mysterio and Rey told him and AJ Styles had never had a one-on-one match.
And what did you think, Ross? Say it.
5-star wrestling.
Yeah.
UK tour, day
course.
2. To 2016, I think it was the 14th of January 2016.
Wow.
Sheffield, England. I don't know what the capacity was. The crowd on hand must have been between 10 and 15 maybe at a push.
Million.
Yeah, and one guy filmed it on his phone,
Yes,
despite
it's
them
on
saying,
YouTube.
"Can you not do that?" And well over 1 million hits. 5-star, five-star wrestling, which speaking of which is not a rating this podcast is going to get this week. Never uploaded it.
Yeah.
Never. I've heard they didn't pay for the footage for the people to
Five-star
release it. So they've had that match that people would have been really interested in. Nobody's seen it.
Go and give it a watch. It exists.
Yeah, and I know. Legend Killer 420. You want to name his YouTube channel's looking.
Do you know that, like, when they did the last one they did before they shut down, and we tried to ask them if we could get backstage to do interviews and stuff, and Pachi was very polite in his email and was like, "Oh, can we like we'll be able to do like maybe like an advert or a shout out for you or something." Like he made it, and Pachi's good at balancing up. He knew how much it would have been worth for the time.
Right.
And the guy was just like, "To be honest, Ray, I don't know if it's worth it. To be honest, he was just a dick, man. He was just a dick in his email back to Pachi.
Wasn't worth it.
He was like, I just don't know if it's worth it, to be honest. And we're like, well, what are we...
But we promised to mention 5-star wrestling every week on this podcast years after it's done.
Right, and he's like, no, I just don't know if it's worth it. Well, what are we going to be doing backstage? Like, we're not going to be causing trouble.
Ask him, how much money have you made from this? And tell me the wrestlers.
I don't know if we should have mentioned this, but the guy was just an arsehole back, so I don't care.
Oh, he's been very polite to me considering I've done nothing but trash 5-star all these years. And I asked him, I'm not sure if I've told this podcast before, I asked him, because again, we mention this every week, look, have you got any 5-star wrestling t-shirts? Because I'd love to, because I know the look on your face, like, oh,
as soon as you said, I was like, get me one as well.
Yeah, if I get one, I would have got 3 of the entire.
I want to get a replica Tap or Snap Championship belt.
Right, but I said, have you got any? And the guy went, no, I've checked. I don't have any. And the guy that kept them, he hasn't got any anymore. So one day we're going to see one of them on eBay years from now. And it's our Tom McGee. It's going to be.
Did you hear about the mythical tournament that was going to be like 160?
Yeah, I think I read somewhere
Everyone
about it.
heard about that.
And then apparently, so they had been promised so many bookings in advance because even the winners of each group would turn up to the future groups that they weren't in just to sit in the winner's box or whatever. I remember a couple of the lads backstage at our promotion being like, well, in theory, we'll just turn up and just sit there and just get paid. But then obviously none of it happened, so...
Yeah, I can't think why with strategy like that. Anyway, you're watching WWE Raw. Naomi defeated WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Billie Kay. I think the Iconics. Oh, what were they called him? The guy messed up the name and said
Peyton Billy Royce.
Billy Royce.
Instantly joined. Oh, they merged together. I like them. I think they can get away with losing singles matches really quickly because people they're quite wacky.
Not all the time though. It pissed me off on SmackDown when she lost.
Yeah.
It's like she just won the championships. At least let her win one.
I was going to say...
Sasha was right.
Right, yeah. Like, the women's tag team means nothing. It is literally just the thing that the women are going to hold as they lose matches. All right, cool.
She's the best seller in WWE today, though, Billie Kay.
Really?
Every single match she has me in hysterics. She does something. She reacts to something in some way which makes me laugh.
Yes.
Great.
When she was like... throw her head on my knee, and then she just booted her. And she flew back. That was good.
She's good at that sort of thing.
Did you see the YouTube?
The backstage.
SmackDown? And then it's weird though because the guy's like, "We're going. I'm going to the toilet," and goes to the toilet, and the guy waits outside for them for like a minute, and he goes, "They come out and goes, that was quick." He goes, "Well, when you drink a lot of water, it goes through you quickly." Like they're obviously just making it up as they go along. Yeah. Which is, I don't know. There's a point waiting outside the toilet for women to come out.
There's a little bit for your video series in there because Peyton cracks up, doesn't she?
They try to open the doors, it doesn't open as doors are supposed to do, and she starts laughing. It's like, "There's nothing in this company work." Not good at doing a voice.
Your Australian accent, it's so offensive. You flaming drongo! No offense to any.
But she threw a 4X at the door.
No, but somebody said it's fine to do it on WTV. I think it might be one of the Iconics because Big E was like, I don't know if it's all right to take the piss out your accent. And they're like, "Oh, it's bloody fine, mate. Don't worry about it."
Thanks for coming out. Yeah.
I mean that in the love because I said I love them. If I said, "Oh, the crap," because they talk like this, would be horrible. But I like that they sound.
That's
like
the
that.
point.
Wait,
yeah.
hang on, I think I have just insulted them. Baron Corbin defeated The Miz and Drew McIntyre in a thrilling match to advance to Raw's main event, and have everyone go, "Oh nah, come on."
It was better than it looked on paper.
I would love to have seen Bryan Alvarez's reaction because he's got a vendetta against Corbin, hasn't he?
Hate
Here are the ratings. This is when Corbin was announced to be in the main event. Here's how they dropped.
I don't know how Alvarez does that thing where it sounds like he's auto-tuned, but he isn't. Baron Corbin, like, how are you doing that?
Shoddy.
Yeah. If I could turn back time and not watch this Raw.
I now need to hear like a cover of "I'm on a Boat" with Alvarez's T-Pain and Meltzer doing the rap. Just like,
Johnny, and he's reading out the ratings. Raw did a 4.3. Johnny. Nitro did a 2.0 unopposed.
I can't breathe.
Sami Zayn addressed the WWE Universe, and he was as nice as you can imagine.
Missed off Newcastle, didn't he?
Yeah. I went to all these lovely places. Look at these. Look how happy I am outside of wrestling. He's like, yeah.
Came to see his best friend in the entire world, in the best city in the world.
Yeah.
Did he actually come to see Neville? Is that why?
You presume so, wouldn't you?
Yeah. He did.
Why else would he come here?
I was thinking there. He would have paid respect to Gotham. But there we go, and keep it local.
You imagine Sami Zayn in Gotham. He would fit right in, wouldn't he?
Hey, excuse me, local Jordy, what happened to this place? Oh, mate.
I was reading about Gotham.
They're shut.
Apparently, they used to sell sex devices in the toilets in the 90s.
I think you talked about this before. Somebody has.
I think it was Ross.
I was reading the Chronicle write-up about it.
Yeah, but you were fascinated
Say it
about
again.
this.
Tell the people that maybe people did see it the other time.
Do places not just do that?
Condoms are a thing in the
Yeah,
men's.
yeah,
and
yeah.
Condoms,
men's.
yeah, I've
Apparently
seen,
in the
but, like-
women's, they used to sell sexual devices.
Yeah.
Probably better than some of the men that went there. I mean,
Ah.
I mean, what else am I supposed to? Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, the Gotham women's sex toy. Yeah, great.
Rest in peace, Gotham.
Yeah, rest
Aye. Yeah, when was it? Sami Zayn didn't bring it. Here's me in Switzerland. Here's me in... Next.
Here's me in the big market. Yeah.
Imagine Sami Zayn doing his entrance like down the big market, rolling around on the floor. He'd fit right in. It'd be amazing.
He also said my favourite line of Raw, which was, "Look at me, I'm all wrapped up like a cute little sausage roll in a hammock."
Zoom in on that pretty face. Cesaro defeated Cedric Alexander, which I guess made sense because Cesaro had to show he's not a Sheamus on his back anymore. But you're like, oh, hasn't Cedric just also made his debut? Whatever, it's Raw.
It's a good win for Big Dick Tony, to be honest.
I saw that was his nickname.
What?
Big Dick Tony.
Dick
His
Tony.
nickname.
Who?
Sheamus
Cesaro.
called Cesaro that. Big Dick Tony.
Maybe that was Cesaro in that Cantona video.
Do you want to bring an egg next time we go to SmackDown? Cesaro go, no. Wow. Sorry. Okay, trying to think of someone else. NXT Tag Team Champions, the Viking Raiders, name to be changed at the time of this, attacked the Lucha House Party. And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, fair enough segment, I suppose.
Can they do this every week?
I'm glad they changed the name back. I mean, I'm glad they changed the name from the Viking Experience.
I'd love to have been the man, like, all the creative team gather up and go, like, oh, God, I have to tell Vince, aren't we? You do it. No, you do it. The little guy in the background who gets bullied by everyone. Nah, you have to do it, pal. Vince, I think it's a bad idea.
Well, those people who think it's a bad idea will suddenly unemployed. This is my island and the sun. Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion Becky Lynch. Apparently, reports people were saying that Becky Lynch is no longer allowed to say belts. And every time I saw Becky on the mic this week, she said Becky 2 belts.
Oh,
So
I heard
I
that
don't
she
know what
is
that's.
Oh,
allowed,
I thought it was the other way
is
around.
allowed to say belts now. Belts has been dropped.
The news story is she's allowed to say belts.
Belts has been dropped from the banned words.
Oh, that was a great news story, wasn't it?
Well,
Defeated
we
Elite.
reported
Oh
on it.
God, yeah. Moving on. Defeated Alicia Fox. This was a bit
This
rough.
match is bad. Yeah, it was a bad match.
Yeah, it's weird. Alicia Fox, she has had good matches, but like any other wrestler, if she goes away for 4 months and then comes back and there's absolutely nothing for her, not even Nikki Cross at ringside because she was teaming up with her last time. They were pretending they had a women's tag division. Yeah, you'd think, okay, there was no reaction for her because it's to be expected, and the match, Jack.
Like, I'm not a huge Alicia Fox fan, but she's better than this match, than she was in this match.
Yeah.
This
I think
is
she's
dreadful.
underused, me. I think she's great. Bants. Best
Yeah.
Northern Light suplex in wrestling.
But yeah,
Right? No, da. Yeah.
but like,
But do you subscribe to the theory this was a tester for Becky Lynch? Because
can you
she's
get a good match out of it?
I get a good match out of somebody that's not so good. I saw Big Dave was like, she hasn't got Charlotte and Asuka to carry her anymore.
She won't get carried. What?
Yeah,
How dare you, David?
I know. It's a bit too far that from Dave.
How
I think.
dare
Oh,
you.
so is Dave gone from praising everything Ric Flair did in the 90s and not saying anything negative about him to now talk about his daughter the same way?
Well, they
Is
are,
this a trade-off?
They are good, but
Yeah, but like saying Becky Lynch is being carried.
no, she hasn't
Ah,
been
where?
carried. Nah, no.
Tish and Piffle.
I should know. I just saw it on Reddit, so it might not be true. It might have been
I'll
taken
say
out
it
of
anyway, Ross.
Might have been taken out of context. We don't know. I just think I should say that.
Fair enough.
Nah, we'll cut that bit out. And Robert Roode. Oh, here we go.
Oh my god.
Okay, changing him. Fine, great, needed.
Good idea.
Staler than
This has
two-day-old
gone
bread.
way and above anything I expected. Unbelievable scenes.
What?
The mustache.
Oh.
Everything about
we
it.
hyped that up.
But then Trent Seven grassed him up on Twitter. He was like, Tyler Bate, have you seen this banter? Yeah.
What, growing a mustache?
It's better than
Because
their
Tyler
mustache.
Bate used to have a mustache. He sort of does now, but there's a beard as well, so it's not the same.
I didn't realise that was... There was more to him than just the mustache. Oh, actually, Robert
When-
Roode's
when-
whole thing is having a mustache right
Yeah,
now. isn't it?
yeah. And when Tyler Bate first became like everyone was like, oh, who's this lad? His thing was having a mustache. That was his thing.
No, his thing was being freakishly talented.
Yeah, if you're a UK indie fan, but when he first burst onto the consciousness of everyone else, they were like, mustache?
Mustache Mountain.
Yeah, mustache mountain.
Mustache? And he's 19.
Emphasis more on the mountain aspect of his...
No, of course it wasn't. They'd come out doing that. Not going,
You'd be like, wow, look at those guys. Let's buy tickets to the show. They've got mustaches.
when we booked them, everyone loved them because they were jolly and had mustaches.
Yeah, but like...
And then you realize
I never realized that there was just
just
emphasis on the mustache aspect.
And then you realize they're good when they wrestle, right?
Come for the mustache, stay for the mountain.
Yeah.
To be fair, Robert Roode's
thought about it like
mustache. Robert Roode's mustache just mocks Tyler Bates.
It
Mocks
suits him
it.
so well.
Oh, it's amazing.
He's at that Don Fry, Tom Selleck level of.
That's a man.
Yeah.
Wow.
That just makes me feel like a small child. It does.
Like the male Rhea Ripley. Just,
No.
Oh,
you'd let him chop you, wouldn't you? Wait, what?
No.
Don't mention
Not
her
mention
name
this
today.
week.
Oh.
Yeah, not this week.
Oh, yeah.
Bad woman.
But yeah, Robert Roode, great idea. Changing him up. Got rid of Chad Gable as well.
Yeah.
So Chad Gable, he had a great SmackDown.
Bad idea though. Beating Ricochet, I think.
Yeah, that was a bit weird. But like I said, he's regressing because he was Robert Roode in 07 with Miss Brooks.
Yeah.
Wow, more 07 TNA. And Eric Young is on Raw. So if he keeps on regressing, will we get Team Canada?
Well, I made that joke literally
Eric
on
Young's
this
on.
podcast last week, Maffew, so cheers, pal.
Did you?
Aye.
I ripped it off of Twitter then. And just like as Wyatt.
Oh, was it on this podcast? Maybe it wasn't. I apologize. Carry on.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just rip off something else this week to make up for it. And then, Wyatt, again, first few seconds, I'm like, wait, hang on. He's like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared stuff on YouTube?
No, but I've heard a lot about it. Is it
Yeah.
Adult Swim or something?
No, it's just a YouTube channel that would
I
do
saw a
these
lot of people
animations.
comparing it to Adult Swim. I've not watched any of
Okay,
that.
yeah, I'd go with, If you had to compare it to something, that would work. So,
It's, I like it. But
yeah, how hyped.
Justin, again, mentioning Justin Henry, our American writer.
Take
He,
a shot.
American male.
yes.
American writer.
He did a very good tweet saying,
Did he?
it's creepier if you imagine you can't unthink it if you imagine Bobby Lashley in the same role. That would be proper creepy, that would be fantastic. Because after his whole, I love my family.
I love my sisters who used to tie me up and leave me in a field.
So I think this,
Right.
I think this is like, that's the new, get Bobby Lashley on as well. Hey kids, Bobby Lashley.
You know, Leo Rush is a little puppet.
Oh, he would do that with someone? You would with me, that's the joke.
I've never done that.
No, you've never done it. Oh,
I know, I
Jesus.
just started sandbag the joke just to be a dick. I'm sorry.
You never do it normally, so it's fine.
AJ Styles defeated Baron Corbin.
Thank
to
God.
make Brian Alvarez not a cardiac arrest. To earn a Universal Championship opportunity at the Money in the Bank.
Nice.
Yeah. It's weird that they're doing good guy versus good guy straight away.
That's fine.
I think something will happen to me. One of them will turn bad.
AJ.
Probably AJ. Yeah.
Gallows and Anderson have been tweeting all pics of, was it the club?
Yeah, the club.
It's like start of 28. No, earlier than that, wasn't it?
2015?
2016, yeah.
Beat up John
was it?
Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like SummerSlam.
Who was it at the start? It was the club versus the Shield at the start of last year, wasn't it?
Was it?
No,
was-
it wasn't the Shield, it was...
But Jason
Reigns and
Jordan
Usos.
Shield. Jason Jordan Shield.
Oh.
Wasn't it? I can't
No.
remember. Someone put
Was
it
it?
in the comments. I'm sure it was.
I thought it wrestled the bar.
They
like
made a
10
mess of it
times.
anyway.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, that could...
It was
That could work.
Finn and the Baldy lads against the
Oh,
Shield.
that's right. Yeah.
That one. Aye.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
But they could do that properly with it, but with Alan instead of
Yeah.
Finn.
But, they'll have to change their name to something to...
The Ballet Club.
There we go.
Oh, for God's sake, man, Ross. You...
God, we're the absolute best of Cultaholic this week. Like, God, sorry, man, we're all hanging.
No,
SmackDown.
we're not. I'm fresh as
Shut
a
up, chap.
day. Okay.
Elias and Shea.
I'm hungover today. I went out at the casino last night. I watched the football.
Oh, no.
Did you?
Oh,
Big
bad,
derby.
Bad idea, was I?
I'm sure it was a very good idea.
Bit of a
at the time.
disappointing game. Should we just take half an hour to discuss that now?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, what was it?
I
Was it
thought
a
Man
disappointing
United's
game?
tactics worked perfectly for the first half, and then for some reason just didn't turn up in the second half.
Oh,
Roy Keane was fantastic viewing.
Bloody
Always
did.
thought he was a contrarian, but he just tells it like it is, doesn't he? Just an honest man.
yeah, I mean, he's still got the prawn sandwich?
I think
Comment?
so, yeah, many
Yeah.
years ago. Shearer still scares the crap out of him, though, doesn't he? Scared of
We always
Shearer.
remember that, right? Yeah.
He's
I think Roy Keane had the best ever. I think it was Roy Keane who said it. I hope he did. About Newcastle United. Someone asked him about them. He says, I always thought they were a cocky bunch, considering they've never won out. And I was just like, you know what? We'll
But
take
we
that.
played good football. We were everyone's second favourite team.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone in the Northeast has to goes, well, I'm in the Northeast, so I support Darlow. So, yeah, I'm a Newcastle United fan.
What are you talking? Carry on. I'm not getting into this.
It's football. It's a popular sport. Over here.
I'm a
Sometimes
Sunderland
referred
fan.
to as soccer.
I'm a Sunderland fan. You're saying everything.
He's funny. SmackDown. Elias and Shane McMahon brutally assaulted Roman. Brutally assaulted.
Brutally.
I guess it. Well, they showed
yeah.
5 replays of it, so I guess it was brutal. The means to an end.
Can Shane not bump for Roman Reigns? Because Roman goes big boot and Shane goes, and Roman goes right hand, and Shane goes. He doesn't fall. He doesn't fall over. Everyone bumps for Roman Reigns' big right hand.
Have you not realised that Shane's really hard by now?
Yeah, if you not watched the last few...
He did a few kickboxing classes when he was away, and now he's like the hardest man ever.
Right.
Hate it.
I love it, me, now, since he's like a recognised heel.
Yeah, but you
It just
shouldn't.
works, doesn't it?
I like that the beatdown was. I liked it was all a trap, and Elias and Shane are in cahoots. I like that, but I didn't like the first little bit where Roman's just laying into Shane, and Shane's just on his feet. Oh,
It's funny.
When he falls down, that's when the crowd's going to pop.
well, like Andre.
Yeah. Finn Balor defeated Andrade, so they're 1s up.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Just a good match.
Good
wasn't
match, good little match.
Yeah.
I like Andrade's promo with Finn Balor.
Yeah. Does that mean that we're not going to get any Andrade versus Rey matches? So let's have to wait until the next Superstar Shake-Up or somebody else starts marrying someone.
Just need Ray to marry. Insert SmackDown female there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not JoJo.
Or
That seat's
male.
taken.
Whatever.
Carrie Sane
Well,
defeated
you
Peyton
know,
Royce.
No, I'm just being really PC there.
What?
Or male. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
So once he marries Epico,
Sorry,
then
even the
that'll be
gays
fine.
hate you.
Ah.
Carrie Sane... That's not true. Carrie Sane defeated Peyton Royce
In seconds.
in seconds.
Infuriating.
Because she was too hydrated.
Yeah.
Last
She
week,
drank a gallon of bloody water.
a gallon of water.
A whole gallon? Really?
And,
How much
And
is
then
it?
Matt Riddle drove past and went, no, milk.
How much is a gallon?
I mean, 1 litres.
What was a packet of water look like? That's a gallon full. What am I talking about? here?
Packet of water.
A packet of water. It's because I was just watching a YouTube video of some guy cooking like old Coke from like 1938.
God,
And they
there's
have-
so many of those
They
people
have
doing
packets,
that.
packets of milk.
That's a Canadian thing,
I was shaking to me core. A
So
packet of milk.
Well, they don't have kettles, do they? Oh, no, wait, that makes no sense. That's got nothing to do with it, sorry. This is
This week's Cultaholic is like, we were speaking a foreign language and someone's Google translated in English.
This is 1 litre, but I don't know how many litres are to the gallon.
I used to nah, but it's one of those things I learned at school and I've never needed to nah. So it's just gone up my heat.
Just say 14.
I'm
Just
wicked
so
at
it's
the
like
7 times
A
table.
lot.
Ah, fair enough.
Anyway,
It's an impressive feat to drink a gallon.
she
Yeah.
drank a gallon of water. And then she lost.
Yeah.
Because Kyrie's elbow landed on a bladder. And they put
right.
too much pressure on. She had to go to the toilet.
Did a CM Punk and down all the place. I tell you what, I did try and see. I tried watching No Holds Barred with Hogan.
Never seen it.
Mate, I'm not exaggerating when I say it's like, all right, what if The Room was about wrestling? Because Hogan, I couldn't believe it watching it. Hogan works for this fake wrestling company, and he's the #1 guy, and he's so beloved. And then there's this evil executive from this evil TV network
This
going,
all sounds just like real life, this.
right,
so
right,
far.
going, I need him, I need Rip. His name's Rip, he's not playing Hogan. I need Rip. I need him. Hey, we're getting demolished ratings. I'm going to give him a blank check and he can write it down. And he's like, no, sorry, brother, I'm not for sale. It would interfere with my charity work. And then the next hour was like,
Oh,
everyone
it's
talking like how
Tommy's
good he
such
is.
a great guy, right?
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
He goes to a French restaurant and he can speak French. And the waiter's like, I did not know you were here, Mr. Deep. Oh, s'il vous plaît.
Good
And
morning.
Good morning, yeah. He went, don't do the accent. It's highly offensive. Anyway, sorry, brother.
I will not sign your contract.
Yeah.
Oh,
So all these kids
Come
going,
on.
yay, Rip, our favourite. And I'm like, who wrote this? It comes up, Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan. I'm like, oh, all right.
Is that one that's the one with Zeus in it?
Yeah.
It's good that he's doing well in All Japan now, anyway. Because there's a different wrestler called Zeus in All Japan.
I love it. It has to explain the joke.
That's right.
Because there will be people going, no, that's a completely different.
I know.
Because there's, you know, 2 Zeuses and,
There's
one,
3
and then
Zeuses.
Walter, he's another god.
No, there's 3. There's also Zeus, the king of the gods, Mount Olympus. Bless my soul, Herc was on a roll. Carry on, I'm so sorry.
You talk about that? What a great film that is.
That's a bloody great film, Hercules. That's a Hall of Fame pick next week.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Or
I was
the
right in my head as well.
I was thinking that or the Mona the Vampire theme song.
Mona the
oh
Vampire.
God, sassy song.
Just
was
another
like,
Mona the Vampire!
ordinary world.
Good
Show
Mona
us
the
your
Vampire.
facts. Hey, Mona.
I used to hate it, me. It was always the first show on when I used to get home from school.
I'm exactly the same.
Yeah,
I used to
didn't
be
like
bored
it.
waiting for the next one to come
Yeah.
on. Well, I was like, oh, can I just put on the Cramp Twins? No, Cramp Twins, that was...
I think we're in different generations here. I'm thinking,
I
hey,
think we are.
ho,
Couldn't
it's
we
Sutty and Co.
Couldn't wait for Tracy
Everyone to say hello. Yari. Where we at? Lars Sullivan once again demolished several superstars,
Yeah.
including Chad Gable.
This annoyed me as well because it looked like Chad was gonna, beat Jinder Mahal. I'm gonna sneeze in a second and like get a little win to build to something.
Yeah.
So I think he's got everything, mate. Chad Gable. I think he's great.
Yeah.
But then no, he just got fed to Lars Sullivan for his tea.
I said this last time. I'm sorry. He's a nice guy. I'm sure he rings his mother every night after 6, so it costs less. But he's just gone nowhere.
Chad?
Yeah.
Chad's got all the potential in the world. She needs to get the minutes in.
They used to say about Matt Morgan when he was in his 40s.
The blueprint.
All the potential.
I quite like Matt Morgan, to be fair.
He blocked me on Twitter for probably saying that.
Oh.
Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair came face to face for the first time since WrestleMania.
Right.
Charlotte said, "Oh, I'm here to carry you."
I've got issues.
Dave said, "That's right."
I've got issues with this promo. Charlotte was dead selfish in this promo.
She was talking over it, didn't she?
Yeah. She would go like Becky.
Like me on the show.
I get that promos need to feel a little bit loose, a little bit real, because it's better that way than just them reading it out like robots. But at certain points, there needs to be a gap. And you can't undercut someone. So Becky goes like, and at the end of the day, I'll still be Becky 2 belts. And the crowd are about to cheer because it's a cool line. She's like, ended it on an X. And Charlotte just goes, I've done it 8 times and I'll do it 9. I'm like, well, are you drunk? What are you doing? You can't just...
I reckon that because I'm a hack, that was a test for Becky.
Why do you think?
Is it sitting out everything happens?
When you were speaking, I was thinking. Remember when on the Raw where the McMahons were like, "We're taking back control of WWE," and they were in the ring with Corbin, and Corbin couldn't like talk over the crowd, so Vince was just like, "Triple H say his lines for him." All right, and they were doing the same to Becky there. Just like Charlotte, like, speak over her, see what she can do. Bah bah bah.
Yeah, this sounds the right time to test her, the person who hosts both of the titles. Yeah. And then Bayley came out.
There ain't no stopping her now. Let's celebrate on the floor.
I was going to say before, like they said, making Sasha Banks reportedly sit out a contract. Yeah, but is it going to be on the locker room floor? There we go. That was worth waiting for, wasn't it? Up next, Ross is going to sneeze.
I'll go over that. It was excellent.
Oh, sorry, Parra, go on.
I just had a dream. I was at a stalemate, but
that was good.
Thank you.
Wasn't. Charlotte Flair defeated Billy. Yeah, it's a bit of a surprise.
Aye.
Do you think?
Well, they have done Charlotte versus Becky a lot these last few months. So,
yeah,
something different. The Superstar shake-up. It's supposed to shake it up. It's in the title.
I think Lacey's winning.
Do you?
I think Charlotte will lose to Becky, but like wreck her legs or something. Or just weaken her so much that then Lacey will win the belt.
I think the Lacey match is on first, judging by what they said. Yeah.
I think maybe the other way round's going to happen.
There was something else I forgot that had me thinking Charlotte was going to win. I can't remember what it was. There you go.
Dave Meltzer saying how good she is.
So you think Betty's going to go over to Raw full time? Then?
Yeah.
That probably does make more sense.
But
well,
I think
that's probably fair enough.
But I think that Lacey Evans match is going to be a test for Becky.
For Becky.
Yeah, Bayley sounded a lot. Becky looked a lot. It sounded a lot better than she did on Raw last time when the crowd were booing her.
Oh, Bayley.
SmackDown.
Bayley.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Becky.
I meant Bayley. Sorry.
No, yeah,
tired.
she was better. She was more intense and stuff.
It's just Montreal being racist.
Although
That's right.
When you saying that Bayley's actually lost to Becky quite a few times, when she said you've never.
It's like they've had 15 matches together. One of them was a #1 contenders match for the NXT Women's Championship. Actually. Hug that one, Bayley.
Yeah.
That was like five of them being televised, and then one of them was a #1 contenders. So like that's bollocks, that arseholes.
Lying gets.
I know. WWE lying to people. Who? What?
By the way, is this right in the news world that Backlash?
It's been rescheduled.
It's been rescheduled, and it was very po-faced. It was like, also, many in WWE considered it would be a bad idea to have the Saudi Arabia event with the name Backlash.
Oh no!
So it was meant to be. So the Saudi show is at the start of June,
right?
And then the weekend after, or the weekend after that, was meant to be Backlash, which is obviously because of Backlash to the face for going over there. So they've pushed it back until the 23rd or something. So they've given themselves like 3 weeks gap or something. So.
For world's greatest Backlash. And Kofi Kingston defeated Nakamura, but that didn't matter because Kevin Owens turned.
Bloody too soon, I reckon.
I think it's the right.
I thought you'd love this.
Oh no, I think it's too soon.
Oh, you think so?
I think Kevin Owens as a babyface has got legs, but not anymore. They can't turn him babyface anymore because everyone's just going to go, he's going to turn heel, isn't he? No one's going to get on board.
It seems like this has happened because Brian
That's what
injured.
Big Dave said today.
Right.
Aye.
They need a top heel.
I was going to say, if Brian's out with this unspecified thing that no one's talking about for some reason, then they need somebody for Kofi to feud with, and I think it was the best time to do it.
Do you reckon it was meant to be Big E until he got injured?
No. Why is everyone obsessed with the New Day turning on you? No.
I reckon Big E injured himself when he heard the plans.
Oh!
Pair of scissors ripped his meniscus out his knee. Sorry, lads, I'm injured. Oh, no.
I tripped up our Sasha Banks on the locker room floor. Didn't see her.
But I just thought, like, he'd only joined them last week, so it was a bit like, imagine if it was like another month or 3 weeks or whatever.
But there's nothing else for Kofi to be doing, really, apart from beat Rusev and Nakamura every week. So it's like, how long can you do that? And they need something for Money in the Bank and start. So
I loved how how Rusev was in a suit for no reason. That was brilliant.
he looked good.
He looked great. It was just like he was just there representing his friend, wanted to look nice. I was like, yeah, fair play. Yeah.
He saw Rude and Raw and goes, I've got to out masculine that guy.
David, don't even tempt that. Imagine Rusev, one of those mustaches.
Wow.
Crazy. He's so hot.
T-shirts with Happy Mustache Day. Nah. Also, Mustache Day.
This podcast is like the
Mustache
South
Day.
Park episode about how Family Guy write their episodes. The manatees drop an idea into the ball pit.
Yes, that's exactly right. 205 Live, some stuff happened.
Yeah, Sam was gushing about it today. He was like, oh, it was brilliant.
Davari's winning everything.
Davari's having a push. He beat Oni Lorcan, I was surprised.
Yep.
And Umberto Carrillo has beaten his master, Drew Gulak.
Yeah, they finally remember that they're going to push this guy that they were going to push, but then put the back burner. But now Buddy's gone. They're like, oh yeah, let's push that dude.
NXT, backstage, shocking scenes. The Street Profits have stolen Stokely Hathaway's CD player. Have you seen this? Have you seen it? Oh,
This is real?
Yeah, Stokely Hathaway put a tweet up in his little video of him backstage, and then the Street Profits are there, and he's like, "Now, guys, I don't want to name any names. Someone stooged you out, right? I just want my CD player back, right? It's been a very long drive. I've driven 2 hours to get here. I just want my CD player back." And he just cuts to them, and they both just go like, "CD player?" They start laughing about it, like you open up the CD, you put your CD in, and he's just there like, it's not funny. I want to listen to my Ashande CDs on the way home. and then like it sort of just ends like to be continued. But also in the video at the end, you learn that he can teleport because they look and he's gone, and then it cuts back to them and he's in between them, and they're like, "Oh, don't do that." So it's just genius top to bottom.
I hope we get Twitter Stokely.
Yeah.
When he makes his debut in NXT.
Yeah, me too. Because I tweeted, give Stokely Hathaway's CD player back, and he's given me the big old follow because of it. What a lovely man.
He's so cool.
He's great.
NXT UK was sadly in the never-ending When Worlds Collide taping, so the crowd was deed, sadly.
Yeah.
So apparently it was a good match between Piper Niven and Zelina Vega.
Good
I've not
clash.
seen it myself, but
Little and large.
Little and large.
Aye, great.
Cannonball.
Great striker partnership, I was about to say there. Wrong podcast.
I think that it's a nice one. I think that she'll be the champion at some point, Piper Niven. Not Zelina Vega.
She should just replace Nia Jax
Right.
in that role.
Because she's better.
Because she's like a million times better than Nia Jax.
But she's not as tall and imposing.
Yeah.
Like Nia Jax is about 6 foot, isn't she?
Yeah.
And then Viper's shorter than us.
I think about the same height, is she?
Oh no, I've interviewed Viper, she's shorter than me.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
Killing this.
Unless she's got lifts in when she's, you know.
Ah.
Aye. There you go.
Well, I mean, Nia Jax is taller because she's wearing clown shoes.
She's good luck with your surgery now. Get well soon and all that.
Enjoy your year-long out of action.
Oh, so sorry.
But Piper Niven's a lot better than Nia Jax.
She's better.
Well, I mean, And also went to Fight Club Pro
Oh yeah.
on Sunday for night 3 of
Was
DTDI.
that the night with the fabled Osprey Phoenix match or not?
No, it wasn't that. And it was... We got time?
I'm just checking if that's still going.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, it was night 3, so I had no intention or desire to go and spend 2 nights in Wolverhampton.
There'd been a shooting as well the other day, the day of the show.
Yeah.
Not near the venue, but
Was it Ruben Neves?
No. Oh, from outside the box. Yeah, it was. Carry on. Sorry.
Don't happening. And yeah, God, what an event. And it's nice because Fight Club Pro brings out all the people I'd see from like Scotland, from Germany to the south. They all come together to...
Are you the booker?
No. It looks like it though,
seems
doesn't
like
it?
You are, yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
I mean, Lucha Brothers
I
versus
know what would be
LAX was
good.
on the show.
Why don't we just combine CCK and Walder? And it's like, I can imagine you like, oh my God.
And yeah, we got a match. I was Mark Davis
Yeah.
Going, all right, open invitation. Dan Maloney responded. He's getting a big push there.
His gimmick's that he's killed people. It was on the first ever,
Right.
but he's good. He's really good.
Yeah,
Apparently
people chop him. It does no effect on him.
Apparently, he had a great match with
Ospreay
as well. Yeah. I'm gonna have to give him points on wrestlers of the week. Bother.
But then he was like, okay, Maloney came out, and then Pac came out, and then Ospreay came out. It was a 4-way. And yeah, crowd went banana. It was hot. The crowd there very nice. They kept saying they listen to the podcast every week. Please give shout outs to the Chikara lads who were there, Frightmare and Hallow Wicked.
What? They watch the podcast?
No, can you go on the podcast and make sure you say something nice about
About Frightmare and Hallow
yes.
Wicked? Oh, I thought for a second you meant that they watch the podcast. I was going to mark out.
Let's pretend they do. Hello, Hallow Wicked.
Is Frightmare?
Yeah, somebody send that to him and go tag them in it.
I just sometimes, I don't know if I've read this or just thought it, but is Frightmare not, he's not Amazing Red in a mask? No. Amazing Red's retired.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, Amazing Red wasn't it?
They
I don't want to say if he wasn't because
they just wrestle the same, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They kind of do. They're both really small.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so the nice weekend was all. But I thought it was nice for almost like the Reese's Pieces type thing. A nice discussion with, I think it was Dan the Dazzler. Ospreay came out and he says, I think he's one of the best wrestlers in the world right now. And I went, yeah, and I think the same for Pac. And he went, nah. I went, what do you mean?
Oh.
And he went, well, Ospreay has nearly everyone's best match when he wrestles them. And Pac doesn't always have that willingness to go that, go out and have a 5-star match every night. And I went, yeah, but also Ospreay's constantly tweeting about his injuries and, the Spanish flies onto his neck and all this stuff. Pac's all right, as far as I know.
I've seen a few Pac matches since he left. And you get the sense that he's holding a few things back, which is obviously the sensible thing to do when you're in his position, an independent wrestler.
Right, I'm like, should you be going out and killing yourself every night?
No.
Should you? What's more important in the long run to you?
He's had one or two. He had one in Dragon Gate towards the start of the year where he did like a tombstone off the top or took a tomb. One of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, but apart from that, yeah, he does. He's more safe. But then I think if I was as good at something that's a bit dangerous. If I was as good at wrestling as Ospreay is, would I be tempted to also go out and just be class all the time? Maybe. Strange.
I think it was a nice debate we had while this awesome match was going on. It was just I see your point. I see that. Oh my god! Look at that. So yeah,
I can imagine the pair of you the shots that, and it's in the background, but you're just arguing, just that.
Well, I did see the Rev Pro match was quite. Yeah. So anyway, going back to Pac, it was it was is a measure of a wrestler now. Every match they have to have has to be, someone go, I don't like Pac because he had a 3.5-star match one time. I'm like,
yeah,
really? Is that what we're basing our love for wrestlers on?
It does kind of sum up Ospreay. I was backstage at a show once interviewing Jay Lethal, and in mid-interview we had to stop the interview because you could just hear the crowd from the arena going "Ah!"
It's Jack the Jobber.
No, I wasn't interviewing him in the ring.
I'm sorry, I'm joking.
And then he came, and then the lads who just had the match came past just as I finished the interview, and Ospreay was going past, and I was like, "What was that huge pop for?" And he was like, "Oh, I just did a springboard Spanish fly off the top rope, obviously," and just flew. I was like, "Yeah, he probably did. That's probably not a joke." And sure enough, he bloody had done onto Volador, I believe. I can't remember.
Yeah. Aye. So yeah, good times.
Yeah, fair enough. Ospreay's better.
If only there was a part of the show where we did this.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
And now it's time for the
mail bag.
Yes. The bit that decides if this is going to be a good podcast or not. All right. Hey, diddlers.
Great start.
Right. I heard a few weeks ago that a friend of a friend had named her son after a wrestler. I found this out from a non-fan mutual friend, and he couldn't remember the name. I just learned she named her son after the man who wanks his forearm. The big dog himself, Roman Reigns. I cried laughing when I found out. If you guys had to name a child something wrestling related, what would it be and why? Cheers for all the hard work. You guys always brighten up my day. Ruben from Nottingham.
Thank you, Ruben. But Roman's not a... You hear of people... maybe not so much in England, but you hear of people called Roman.
Yeah.
Or unless she's called it...
If it said, why'd you name him Roman? He goes, Roman
unless
Reigns.
the baby's called Roman Reigns Smith. Or whatever. Unless Roman Reigns...
Roman Reigns chewed a pole.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the man who wanks his forearm. I'm like, who? Oh, all right, yeah, Roman. Yeah. Also, yeah, saw the trailer last night for the film he's doing with The Rock. And they probably are in Samoa, using Samoan sticks to fight off these dudes.
Nice.
Are they?
Yeah, they're all
Apparently, does he do the Roman Reigns pose? I saw someone was saying.
It's in the name. very fast. It's like Roman going, whoa, and he's doing that. So I don't know if that's a Samoan thing or they're both just trying Lego or what. But yeah, he did.
I love it in films when wrestlers sneak in some of their signature moves and stuff into fight scenes.
Like Goldberg and Universal Soldier giving Van Damme the spear.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or
Just ignore the
whenever The Rock did a rock bottom in a film, though, it was always a bit weak.
The wrestling episode of Star Trek Voyager.
I've not seen it.
Give 7 and 9 a rock bottom. I mean, I liked it as a kid, but watching that, you're like, oh, this is a bad episode.
Big Show and Jingle All the Way. WMD.
That's right. Little buddy.
If I had to name my child after a wrestler,
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't.
It was just wrestling related, wasn't it? Because
Oh, so
my
wrestling
mind,
related.
my mind went straight to Snapmare Tweddell.
Oh, God. Yeah, wrestling related.
Snapmare Tweddell. Strike fear in everyone in school.
Snapmare Tweddle is a great name, though. I mean, ironically, he's finished as a dropkick.
Have I got to go for one that works with King, like Puma or Tiger, like something like that? Puma King's a wrestler. I know that Sam
It's a
often.
football boot, that.
I know that Sam often gets told to call.
It's a predator, him.
Oh yeah. I know that Sam often gets told to call his child like Michinoku or Tiger or something like that.
Driver.
Oh, God. Right. Thank you for I actually didn't get what you were talking about that.
But
I think she's a weeb.
Bus.
I think it'd be quite cool to call.
Next stop.
I think it'd be quite cool to call my son Kayfabe. There you go.
Kayfabe King.
King's irrelevant.
Kayfabe Jobber. Doesn't work.
No, that's my.
You can't have a surname beginning with K as well, though.
Oh no.
Fantastic story. Did you see it on Reddit earlier this week
Yes.
with Charles Robinson?
Oh god.
Oh, no, what happened?
Oh my god, I forget what they were doing. It was something for Sheamus' YouTube channel.
was like a
Kofi's,
workout.
Yeah, Kofi's got this workout. And like, Charles, what should we call this workout that Kofi does? And he's like, the KKK, essentially. And Kofi's like, whoa. And he's like, this reminds me of King of the Ring 2010. When there was like, was it Kofi got quite far in the tournament? Like, what if Kofi wins? He'd be King Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
But Charles Robinson just inadvertently being a bit,
Yeah.
Well, we're not.
He didn't know though.
Show.
He didn't know though.
No,
bless
he
him.
was a very innocent
Yeah.
man about it.
No,
all.
I'm sure he's innocent. Little Nature's innocent.
No,
Oh, well.
of course he is.
Of course he is.
He's only. Done
Oh, yeah,
half
you
the
know
things
what?
that Flest.
Dad, why did you call me after something wrestling related? Well, because I love you. Because I love wrestling, Little Nate. With a little L-I thingy
What
L.
would you call a child that you had after wrestling?
I'd say Walter, but he'd have high expectations
Walter.
then, wouldn't it?
Walter Botchamania.
Well,
Imagine if I grew up in Newcastle, like have Walker.
Walter.
Walter.
Yeah, Walter.
hey,
Walter from Walker. Sorry.
I don't like Walker.
Walker.
It's far away and annoying.
Where you from? From Walker?
Bad bit of town, that. Are you from Walker?
no,
You from Bishop Auckland?
I am.
That's all right then.
Proud.
I just don't like Walker.
Me, Iceman,
Yes.
and Danny O'Doherty.
Oh, Doherty's in town.
Love it. Hello, Diddler Funhouse.
Oh my god.
So I normally can't remember my dreams. Oh, what is it with you dreams? Is this just cheap therapy? And for it to happen 2 weeks in a row is amazing. So why not share it with y'all again?
He's back. It's the same lad from last week.
Is it?
The Velveteen Dream joke that killed you.
Oh yeah. She said,
Oh, he's so
he
excited.
Said, Yo.
Look at him. He's already.
Anyway,
I didn't realise that, sorry.
Anyway, in my dream, Cody.
He can't wait. Look at him. He can't wait for this.
My face. Cody Rhodes.
Next time you no-sell one of my jokes, I'm just going to say it was a dream first. And you'll love it.
No, you have to put yo. You have to put it from Tennessee.
Hey,
but-
y'all.
Anyway, in my dream, Cody Rhodes, in brackets, with mustache, returned to WWE to win the SmackDown Women's Championship from Carrie Sane at WrestleMania. He countered the insane elbow into a crossroads for the pin. So my question for you guys, who in wrestling has the sexiest facial hair? I'm sure you know I would pick. What? Thanks, Cody in Tennessee.
I think he means that he would.
Yeah, I
Cody
really
Rhodes
know.
'cause
Well,
he's-
I read them, I don't correct them. I was expecting a little more ridiculousness like last week.
Oh yeah, that
Best
wasn't.
facial hair.
Wait, that wasn't ridiculous. Cody Rhodes countering the insane elbow into the crossroads, winning the women's championship.
How would that even work?
Catcher.
Yeah.
Or get up and then.
Get up while,
up
she's,
while she's
while she's
jumping.
flying.
But then you'd have to spin her around.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
No, I'm sure you're thinking of.
This is how like indie wrestlers are backstage. All right, so
bang, 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 bang.
the booker said it can't be
Imagine
done. So
Osprey would get that a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna
so how the hell would that work then? Oh, it's simple.
You just do that, and I'll make you look sick. Right.
yeah, but where you
so-
gonna land? On me neck.
Oh god. Oh, God.
Love him.
I know you're thinking Robert Roode for Sexiest Face.
Straight away.
But
Damn it, we preempted this with this moustache discussion earlier. But
I'd like to pose
why
an
not?
alternative.
Go
Joey
on.
Ryan.
yeah.
All right, whoa.
Any
It's a good- no, it's good for
any
his
strong moustache is the pinnacle. Any moustache that makes you feel less of a man is the pinnacle.
Have you got any in particular?
Bobby's is up there.
Buff Bagwell?
Buff Bagwell.
Did he not have a mustache?
He had a little
And
pencil
goatee.
one, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he have a rubbish one? Oh, never
He
mind.
had the 90s goatee. I mean,
Silas Young is another one with a fantastic moustache.
Right.
The last real man.
Anna. Jack Gallagher.
Okay.
Aye.
He's gone for the curls.
Because he's put the effort into it.
Yeah.
Because he's hard as balls.
Yeah.
So if everyone goes, oh, your moustache, he goes, yeah.
He does the MMA, doesn't he?
He
I watched
does
his
the MMA.
fight. He won it. It was before he was.
He's 2-0, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I remember
too hard
watching
to-
one of his
The
early,
guy said something about his moustache. He cleaned
proper
it up.
early match of his, and he's facing someone massive. Can't remember who it was, and you just hear the crowd going, like it's in England. It's like, huh, look at you, little white man, huh, huh. Just taking the piss out of his size, not knowing that he could rip your face off if you wanted to. Just felt a bit like, oh, just leap into the crowd and sort them out, will you, Jack? So he was just standing there taking it, as you have to.
But then he would have won and proved them
I
wrong.
can't remember how it happened.
No, we would have got counted out and lost. Hello, gents. I won't know until I see the podcast to see if this has already been mentioned, but I witnessed a certain member of your panel be defeated by a rope. But are you kidding us? You bastards. All right. I already mentioned defeated by a rope between two fences when waiting briefly leaving the Fight Club Pro show in Manchester on Sunday. Hearing the guys on the door chant Botchmania at him. I believe Omari was there as
Set
well.
the scene for us then. What happened with this?
Laying
rope?
I'll just question all that. Chant Botchmania as he lay on the floor led me to think, what was the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you in front of wrestling fans? All the best, Sam. All right, so Fight Club Pro was, what was it? Some part of the Manchester Uni, I think. I actually don't know the venue, I'm making that up. But they didn't have any ATMs, so I'll have to buy some wrestling merch, so I'll have to get in the ATM. Come out, don't go the proper way because I want to save time and go across the road. So with my bag, I attempted to get under the ropes, and obviously it's really easy in the films when you haven't got all your luggage in you. So I went under, but my bag didn't, so I went...
And there was a
and
Botchmania
again,
count.
there were lads who were going, all right, Maffew. I was like, all right, and did it like almost on cue. So like, yeah. And they went, and I sat on the floor as well, and they went, way, like that. As even it was so loud that a woman walking past stopped, like, what's happening? What's he doing? Make all
And
this-
there was a Botchmania chant as well.
and Chad Botchmania. I think I remember turning around and said, I'm glad someone saw that. So if I'd done that, it'd be nobody there. You're like, ah. But then some people saw it, went, ha ha, you fell over. You're like, yeah, get it. So yeah. And if that's the most embarrassing thing that people have seen me done, I'm doing that right. Most embarrassing thing that's happened to you in front of wrestling fans.
God, it's too many to count, really.
ICW's first show at the Riverside. That was Finn Balor's last show there, was wrestling? Yeah, it was. And he was doing another thing afterwards and get a photo with him. So, all right, great. So people are like, oh, you doing, man? Watch me. I was like, all right, doing that. So I got up to Finn and I'm like, oh, going to take a photo. Camera just broke.
Oh, devastation.
I don't know what. This was my little one that was really useful. It was like, yay big. So it was like, all right, get out, take a photo, fine. And it was better than my phone's one at the time. So I don't know what it was. It just, I think my camera just tried to F on me like Cody Rhodes. And again, after all these lads be telling me about Botchmania and all this, and people are like, how you doing? Yeah. And it just wouldn't work. And so they're all like, I'm like, yeah, I know it's me. And then Van Bella's like, all right, man, hurry up. I said, it doesn't matter. Like, so, actually, good luck at the WWE. I'm like, oh.
Oh, dear.
That was a good one.
Yeah? Do you want to
Go
go
on.
next, or-
Go on.
I've not done much in front of wrestling fans because I've got a crippling fear of doing anything public.
That's not true. You've run away from them.
Shut up, man.
You were good in your...
Get away from me, you common people.
When you accompanied Primate in the Rumble,
I was about to say, that's walking out dressed like that in front of many people.
you had to chuck a bin to him.
I did chuck a
And
bin.
it actually...
I went,
you know,
I'd got, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so before.
I was like, oh,
Bing
God,
bong.
what if it overshoots or doesn't go far enough? But, you know... fair
Made
enough.
sure, but no, I got backstage. It was tinged with goodness though, because I got backstage and the guy who booked, he still does that, I think. He was like, "You got a bigger pop than Rey Mysterio. Wrestling's broken." I was like, "Oh, that's nice." Because you can't. Well, I found when you were out that you can't really hear. It's just a noise.
I was at that show that was it the World Cup finals? I believe, yes, it was. No, it wasn't. It was the one with the Battle Royal.
It was the one where the
You
Prestige.
would have seen his entrance. It was the Royal Rumble.
It was,
the one
it was
where
the
Kirby,
battle.
the
It
one
was
where
the
Kirby
battle royal,
won.
yeah.
Kirby won
Yeah.
the belt. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, that wasn't the World Cup, was it?
No, that was No Regrets.
Yeah, no regret. There we go. Yeah, I was there. No regrets. And yeah, again, I'll say this to defend when that company would use personalities and whatever. Yeah, the reason why you use personalities is because the people power, and then go and buy loads of shirts. So that's why I defend you. Because you might not like it, but the crowd, did get a bigger pop than Ray.
Soul destroying. Dressing up like that in front of people. Soul destroying.
Getting the pop of the night. Oh, good.
It wasn't the pop of the night.
Wait, what? That was the most embarrassing moment.
As I say, I've not done
Well, the
much.
crowd went mental for you. Went, oh my god, he's so
Well, no,
great.
it was just the shame of being a 24-year-old man back then, dressing up like that in front of lots of people and going, oh, look at him.
That's
just the feeling
I'm
I
sure
have all the
drying your tears with £20 note.
No, think I got paid for that?
Big cup.
Is it?
Sorry.
Mine is probably when I was doing a series called Learning the Ropes, where basically me and Pachi, he would follow me around with the camera, and I had to learn a different aspect of the wrestling business every week or whatever on the road. But it was only available on Extra, so you've probably not seen it.
I've never heard of this, so.
But 1 week it was ring announcing. So we did a few skits backstage before the show where I'm like getting tips on ring announcing and stuff. And then I have to announce the pre-show match between Primate and David Starr. David Starr's obviously got 12 nicknames, right? And he was like, do you want to learn them in order? I was like, I'll just mess it up and then you just come out and take the piss out of me. And he was like, perfect, that'll work. I was like, great. Didn't know that he'd been prepped to say something that designed to embarrass me. And I think it was a show as well where a couple of my mates from school had come along because it was in the town where they were from.
Oh.
And David Starr comes out and goes, no, you got all my nicknames wrong, blah, blah, blah. He takes my hat off because I'm wearing a Saints hat and he's an Eagles fan. He goes, the Saints suck. And he goes to throw it in the crowd, but I save it. Because I'm not, that's £20 hat. no. And he goes, and also, you need to get out of those young girls' DMs on Twitter. And I was like, and the crowd go, oh, and I'm just there, and it's in one of those ice arenas, and I'm just like, well, I can't no sell it. Like everything's like, you just hear the noise.
And the young girls were up there going, right.
And I was just like, well, he's absolutely dummy here, so I just left the ring. I just went to the back. That was the most.
Should have said you don't want to talk, David.
Wow.
Then we'll have that reaction, and he would pretty chinge you. So yeah, you're right. I'm not saying that. You say, oh yeah, you're a wrestler. Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, it's been loads of moments actually embarrassing myself in front of wrestling fans and wrestlers. Because people point out, go, you boss. You go, yeah, I know. Yeah, guess what? Dub Stub, and I've completely blanked on anything.
Oh, the quiz.
Oh, in the ring.
Yeah. Okay.
You won the next year.
Walk 3 yards and say Boulder. And then, entire crowd of all these German people going, well, we don't know much English, but we know Botchamania. And then beating Strigger the next year to make up for it.
Was it the ring bell thing?
Yes.
Could you see out of the blind?
No, like legitimately couldn't see, but like I said,
You cheated though, didn't you? You had help.
I didn't. Yeah, but yeah, both blindfolded. All right, hit the ring bell. So he went around like that and hit it in about 40 seconds. I put mine on, and he goes, "Bye, die," and then some guy went, "Oh hey, Maffew." Hit it like 10 seconds. Like, wow, you're really good at catching bells. It's like, yeah, well, it's not much a D in Bishop Alton. Trying to think actually, you know what? This must be a mini podcast. Me remember the most embarrassing moments for the fans, but there's so many of them. Ross needs another one. Can't get away with saying that. Oh, that one.
I remember one night I was a bit drunk in Rise, dancing like a tit. That's probably that counts. Wrestling fans.
What, dancing? Ross is such a good life. You legitimately can't think of any moments, but
boring life.
I was once tasked with slapping Primate at North, and I gave him the weakest slap I've ever given anyone, real or fake. It's great.
I think that's just you being human, isn't it?
Well, I just didn't want to.
What if you?
The reason was
injured him.
And Tom buried me on commentary for it as well. He was, and then
he loves
even
you guys.
North, who'd booked me, were like, they were like, they shared a clip of it and put the slap heard round the world and stuff because it's like, and I was like, I was scared because I knew that seconds later he had to spear me, and I thought if I hit him hard and piss him off, then he could murder me. So I was like,
yeah.
Because I was like, I don't want to get.
I don't think that's unreasonable, Bal.
No,
don't worry.
thank you.
Yeah.
Right, cheers.
Oh yeah. Also doing Starcast in front of the biggest crowd I've ever done anything live, and in front of crowd going like Botchamania and thank you Maffew and all the stuff. Me going, wow, it's amazing. However, I had no sleep for 24 hours. I was completely out of it. So the first words out of my mouth were like, "Oh, it's great to be here at Starcade."
At the Silver Dome, brother.
Yeah, really like, and Hogan's at the back going, "Oh, not so funny now." Is it? But yeah. time for the Reese's Pieces, in brackets until the name gets changed, like the War Raiders.
Fine.
We are Viking Diddlers.
You've picked 3 class ones this week.
I have a Reese's Pieces for you this week, but it's a bit different. Not 2 wrestlers, but 2 finishers. Ooh, there we go. The Stone Cold Stunner, specifically Austin's, as opposed to who else's, versus the RKO. You can judge it on anything. Overness, protectedness, the quality of the wrestler doing it, etc. Keep up the good work. J.H. Camper.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, J.H.
H. Camper.
Camper to his friends.
Happy Camper.
He will be after this.
So the Stunner or the RKO?
I'm going straight for the Stunner, me, because I think the RKO looks like it could hurt you just as much as the guy you're putting it on. Because Orton's taking a back bump from like 6 feet in the air, isn't he?
That's true. And he's big, so he's counting many people coming off the top rope, so he
Yeah.
has to get a leap in, aye. But ignoring that and assuming that the way wrestling works is that doesn't hurt him.
Yeah.
I mean, for overness, nothing's touching the Stunner.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
RKO is more of a meme.
Yes.
I guess that because it's around these days
Yeah, I was gonna
rather
say,
than
yeah.
the Stunner.
Also, is the Stunner? I know it was an Ace Crusher originally, but the RKO.
Johnny Ace Crusher.
But the RKO
Diamond
has
Cutter.
the RKO is more of a rip off, I think, than the Stunner's thought of to be. Like the Stunner's
I
more.
forget who taught the Stunner.
The
to
Stunner's
Austin.
more original than the RKO, which
Yeah.
was already DDP's finisher for
Yeah.
ages.
But DDP, Diamond Cutter versus Stunner is a different thing because that's actually closer because.
Yeah.
Do you ever see those matches DDP was out? Because he would literally do the Diamond Cutter out of nowhere. So it's like, have a normal match, Irish whip, into a Diamond Cutter.
Right.
Okay, yeah, snapmare, you go up, yeah.
I liked
Duck down, leapfrog. Oh, Diamond Cutter.
yeah.
So,
I like when sometimes Orton used to take me by surprise. The Rollins one at Mania 31
Yeah.
was incredible.
Oof.
That was great.
Yeah.
Excuse me, that was great. But then the Stunner as well used to be weird back in like '96 or whatever. And I think it was Mark Miro or someone. Austin did the Stunner on him, and you know how weird it was before he got the rhythm down when he just grabbed them and go do that, and then Miro sold it by going like as if like it hurt his neck rather than got stunned. But when he gets once he got the kick wham. What is the wham? That when people say kick wham Stunner, what's the wham?
Must be the
it's
grabbing.
the
Yeah,
going
the
down
grab.
bit, isn't it?
Kick.
Wham! Stunner.
No, the Stunner's.
I always thought it was
bit.
that.
That's when
Because
does-
they
It's the little bit where he grabs the head and just
Wham.
tilts it slightly.
kick, wham, Stunner.
but they
Wham's
shout,
gone down, Stunner's gone down.
but they shout Stunner when his arse touches the mat. Stunner. Boom.
More Scott Hall.
That got him a follow. That
It
Richard
did,
Tubman.
I mean, that's the best Stunner of all time.
No. Yeah.
Oh, other than like The Rock.
No, I didn't
taking
like,
it, then doing a backwards tumble and
I never liked the Rock style of the
I
Stunner.
still can't make my mind up on it, me. Sometimes I think, oh, it's good that, but then sometimes I think, oh, it's not. Just depends what sort of day
You
I'm
can
on.
see him going.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Wrestling's fake and the
I
Stunner's
know
awesome.
wrestling's fit. I know the Stunner's.
Learning the ropes should have taught you something.
I'm probably going to go for the Stunner as well.
Yeah.
But I do like the RKO, and I think it's probably helped like keep him relevant for way longer than he would have been.
Randy Orton without the RKO, do you think it would have been
God,
gone?
how boring would he
Right.
be?
Oh, I don't.
It finishes the overdrive.
They're not
What was his
over-
finisher before the RKO? Like when he had long, straggly hair?
Oh God,
It was like a splash off the top, wasn't it, or something?
I thought it was
Was
like
I think
a
so.
shoulder breaker or something.
Was it?
I don't
actually
know.
know.
I think that's just. Oh no, it was Shawn Michaels' first finisher, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, the teardrop suplex, or what it was called.
Oh no, his was just a normal back suplex.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
that's what we call it. Aye.
Rocky's was Rocky. The Rock's was a shoulder
Right,
breaker, wasn't it?
right. That
Oh,
was, that's who I'm
yeah,
thinking
yeah,
of,
there we
that's,
go,
That's
aye.
who I'm thinking of. Yeah. Ah, well,
Randy's always done the RKO in WWE, though, hasn't he?
not right at the start.
I'm on like when he had the news program with his broken arm.
Yeah.
That sort of period. I'm sure it was a splash off the
and
top.
then update, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll have to go back and check.
when he was a young high flyer.
What was that cool move he used to do? Then stopped. Was he'd put them on the
Punt
shoulders?
kick. Oh right.
Oh, what did he do then? Help me out, guys.
I don't know. I have no
You know
idea.
what I'm talking about.
Probably drop
You'd
him
have
down headlock.
So
He'd do a
methodical.
headlock and then he'd do a comeback and do a chin lock.
Yeah.
God, hi. But yeah, Stunner by far.
Yeah. I'm
3-0.
going for Stunner as well. Stunner.
Good one this week.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, last week was 3-0 as well. Matt Hardy
Aye.
swept the floor.
The discussion aspect is the good bit.
Aye, it is.
Wrestling analysis from wrestling journalists.
Exactly. That goes on Sunday. And if you have a Reese's piece, or whatever you're going to call it, just have the sense that if you have a Reese's piece. For next week, please send it to
mailbag@cultaholic.com along with your questions for the mailbag.
It's Cultaholic's
And this week's big. Oh, by the way, thank you for all the people that sent me that on Twitter going, oh, yeah, that one time they used that. Question is, best Kevin Owens moment.
KO.
Oh, the match is over then.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, because obviously he's turned on Kofi Kingston this week. And he's almost the new Big Show because you can turn on a regular basis but still make it work.
Yeah.
He's likable enough as a good guy and then dislikable enough as a... Wow, what an amazing sentence, Maffew. Just stop talking.
No, but I get what you mean.
Yeah.
He's hilarious and likable, but he can also be a dick.
That being said, how many times has he actually turned? I think that was his first babyface run, wasn't it, in WWE?
So when he very first...
Jericho.
When he
sorry,
very first came in...
Oh, yeah,
in
him and
NXT.
Sami.
See, I think they were still heels then, but they were just so good they were very likable.
Sami wasn't a heel then.
No, when he was with Jericho.
Oh, they were heels, definitely, yeah. And then he was a heel, and he's like the only heel ever to have done a heel turn while a heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the best.
Yeah, because they were
remember
that Reigns and Rollins. Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that promo they did where everyone thought, oh, this is the end because they were squabbling, blaming each other for losing some match. And they're like, we know who to blame. And they both say, Roman Reigns at the same time. That's a fantastic moment.
I like that moment. I like the Festival of Friendship's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
but is
one
that
of the
mainly
best.
for Jericho? Because he's really funny in it.
Yeah.
No, I think it works with the build-up because they've been like that for
Is
months.
it a magician or a clown? Friendship. The magician.
Friendship, the magician, yeah.
The painting.
Which is, when you think about it, it makes things disappear. The friendship disappears.
Oh.
God.
It's just been on these Reddit posts that says, like, Elias has been foreshadowing. The guy's going to come out. I'm like, another Reddit post, wrestling.
I wonder if Roman Reigns foreshadowed Elias appearing this week. Never checked. Don't know why I care. It's irrelevant. Isn't it?
One of my favorite.
Just like Randy says, oh, you know who I dislike? Elias. Oh, here he is.
One of my favorite Kevin Owens moments is when he was Kevin Steen, and I don't know the context of it. I just know that it was when he was doing commentary for PWG, and he says, and the other commentator goes, El Generico is a big boy. And Kevin Owens loses his mind and he just can't. And then I think Ono or someone, or Hero, hits Generico with a forearm or something and he just goes, take that, you big boy. It's just really good. Oh, he says,
Yeah, Excalibur.
Was it Excalibur?
Yeah.
He's like, that's the best line of comedy you've done since my name is Chris Hero and I throw elbows.
That's good.
I listened to his backstage. They were never on the shows really, but his interviews with that Rich thingy. He used to call him Millhouse. Just take the piss out of him.
Yeah.
They were amazing then.
Yeah.
Was always trying to get some sleep in like a production box or
The
something.
bang keeps going off.
Yeah.
I can make loud noises too. Bang.
When Kevin Owens was on NXT, I'm trying to get this right. Yeah, they were on NXT with Sami Zayn. John Cena was doing his invitational when he was US champion. So Sami Zayn wrestled him 1 week and then Sami Zayn got injured. So then Owens showed up on Raw and go, oh, I heard you taking credit for Sami Zayn's injury. I did that. And then just gives a pop-up powerbomb to John Cena.
And the first match.
And then beats him.
Yeah.
That has to be one of the highlights as well.
That's one of his best matches.
The noises he was getting, Bobby Lashley pops for the moves he was doing by the crowd who've never seen him do
Bobby
the moves.
Lashley
So
pops.
Whoa!
But then isn't that the feud where Cena started to decide to do Code Reds and springboard stunners for the first time?
Yeah, because it was a bit of character development because Cena's like, oh, I have to adapt and change. So I started doing indie moves. So it's the best of PWG.
And then to beat India's balls to beat this man. Yeah.
To fight fire. I might, whatever.
Super kid.
Yeah.
With his trainers on.
Cena, what was that pop? Oh, it's the springboard surprise fight, didn't I, mate?
Of course I did.
Of course I did.
London on it.
That's good.
I'm the donkey and thingy with Jericho. On SmackDown where they have the tag team match and they celebrate. He's like, I'm the goat and I'm the donkey.
Oh.
Whatever they said.
Wow.
I liked how happy him and Jericho were for each other when they'd win.
Yeah.
It was very nice. But then it was all a ruse. I'm trying to think of he hasn't had as many excellent matches as you'd think in WWE actually. As you'd think when he's like, you're like Kevin Steen's coming to WWE, he's gonna tear the house down. He hasn't actually had that many.
The 4-way feud for the IC title. Him, Miz, Cesaro.
And Sami Zayn.
Was it Sami Zayn?
Yeah.
Was it?
In fact, he had that match at Battleground with Sami Zayn that was excellent.
Yep.
When Zayn beat him. and do the 2 kicks in a row.
Yeah.
That was class. Yeah, that feud was good. The ladder match where Ryder won, Kevin Owens was excellent in that match.
Dean Ambrose feud.
Last man standing match.
Yep.
Yeah, that was good as well.
What, the Rumble?
When he pushes him off.
The Rimble.
Yeah. I want him to be WWE champion one day. But no, I don't want to take it off Kofi yet. I don't want that.
Not yet, but I'm glad that it's almost poetic, isn't it? It's me overanalyzing wrestling. Like the New Day, all about the friendship and love. Kevin Owens doesn't like friendship.
Yeah.
Can't hack it. Not his cup of tea.
It's going to be good.
It's the ultimate between
I like it.
having faith in your friends and being a twat.
I'd like him to win at some point. Yeah, definitely. This year, but not until Kofi's had a few months.
But now that he said that, is Big E gonna come to the rescue?
No, he's not.
Whose side is he? Oh, don't say that, Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
That's the only bad Bobby Heenan moment ever.
No, I defend this. In hindsight, it looks bad, but at the time, it made sense because Bobby's always been anti-Hogan.
Oh,
so him
yeah.
saying it's like, shut up, Bobby. You always
Will
say
you
stupid stuff about
stop?
Hogan.
Yeah, right.
But then he actually did. It's like, Bobby, you're right. But they actually removed that from certain times that replay that clip.
Yeah, because he ruins it.
Yeah, exactly.
He should have gone like, oh, not this idiot. And he's like, always loved him. That would have been. Look at me
made
telling
sense at the
Bobby.
time.
Look at me telling Bobby Heenan what would have been better. The way that Bobby Heenan could have improved was if he just listened to me. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
It's
That's
the
exactly
worst-
what you just
The
said.
worst thing I've ever said.
Yeah, you know the NWO, the biggest thing in wrestling at that time, even bigger.
If Bobby Heenan.
If Bobby Heenan shut up.
Well, there's a
I love
man who
Bobby Heenan for the record.
there's a man who beat Jim Ross to a commentator of the year award.
Oh,
I would like to say that I agree with Jack the Jobber's sentiments.
Okay.
Do you ever want to go back to
Thanks for
commentary
your
just so you
professional
can
input
win that
there.
again?
Oh, God.
You can show up to StarCast going, oh, yeah, Jim Ross isn't feeling it. I know somebody could take it. Yeah.
Tell you what, I did commentary on one match during Learning the Ropes as well.
Did
I'm a
you?
part of that series, yeah.
What match was it?
The same match, David Starr and Primate. I went up the ramp and then had to sit down next to James R. Kennedy and call it.
You had to commentate on it after you'd done this.
Yeah,
Wow.
after I'd done the...
Did you clean up the ring and sell tea
I
afterwards?
wiped
as
the
well?
ropes down once with a towel.
Oh, okay.
I've sold merch before at the shows. It's jack of all trades, mate. But commentating this match was really bad because I had Pacitti in my ear because his job backstage at the shows was like talk back.
You love it.
And I was going like, Jack, can you just take your top off, mate, please? I'm just like there trying not to laugh. And I'm like,
Oh, all right, he's joking.
Jack, could you try and give some analysis on David Starr's nickname, the Jewish Cannon? And I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. I'm just there going like,
Put your hand
suplex, right?
Put your hand on Kennedy's leg.
Yeah, it was like that. The coolest bit was that I got to do the old, you know, when a face commentator replaces a face commentator, I got to go to Dave Bradshaw and be like, do like the very gracious handshake, like there you go, and sat down next
Stand
to
on the
Kennedy.
box.
Sat next, yeah, he's a tall man,
Aye.
and the best. Love you, Dave Bradshaw. My favorite Kevin Owens moment will involve Dave Bradshaw, I guess, at some point. There we go.
But not yet.
Not yet. One day.
Mint.
Yeah.
Well, that was a fun-filled episode.
He's good, isn't he, Kevin Owens?
Yes.
Well, that was a fun-filled episode of the that never wants to end video podcast. Thank you, Ross on Wrestling, for joining us.
Thank you, Maffew, on the wrestling, for joining us as well.
Anything to plug?
At Ross on Wrestling on Twitter and Instagram.
Jack the Jobber of Learning the Ropes fame.
Wearing this
and,
Little Miss Roxy t-shirt.
That's nice.
She's really wicked at wrestling of North and Defiant and ICW.
That's right.
Yeah. Have you? I'm at Jack the Jobber on Twitter. Have you got anything to
NCL, their latest show is out on the Pivot Chair, which means give them money.
I'm away for the next North show.
Oh.
I'm on holiday.
Doesn't matter because you can watch it on the Pivot Chair afterwards.
Excellent. Great stuff.
That's right.
Do you know what else you can do if you want a bit of extra wrestling content?
what,
You can go
what,
to
what?
patreon.com/cultaholic.
Oh.
And if you've got any questions or queries or Reese's Pieces, you can go to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
Or freakish dreams, or any anecdotes involving me making a tit of myself. Or I saw Ross one time, and guess what? He didn't do anything wrong.
I saw Jack buying 15 Milky Ways in Tesco's. That started it off, I feel.
right.
Yeah.
We've held you long enough.
Bye. Join
Thank
us.
you.
Aye, goodbye.
Join us. Do the
Cheers.
hands in the middle.
Yeah.
Start now, isn't it?
Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below. You can follow Cultaholic on Twitter @Cultaholic, and you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do, you can pledge to our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. Hit subscribe, and don't forget, join us